Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Can you hear me? If you guys can hear me, if you could please put a one in the chat. And I'm going to double check on another device. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Okay, guys, if you can hear me. Okay, I see some ones. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go up and say some hellos to everyone. Hi, Gigi. Well, I hope you still have your drink. I got me a little truly hard seltzer. 0 calories, all of that. I love it. And I'm surprised these things get me a little tipsy, but hello. Hi, Exquisite Wine and Cigars. Tamara Morgan. Hey, Twan. Hello, Elizabeth Gordon. Gigi again, I see you. Sasha Welch. Angie, hello. Thanks for joining me. Keontae. Hey, girl. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Black Joy Webb. And let me close this other device so I won't have any echoes or anything like that. Coach Reed, hello. Hey, Leah. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Jolanda. How are you? Sylvia P. Prophetess None One. Hello, hello. Good evening, Angie. Hey, pretty brown eyes. Regina Ashby. Tay baby. Hey. Hello, Misunderstood. Cute name, Misunderstood. Wylet Smith. Hello, hello. Claudia Beard. Gail S. Angie, I think I got you. Hello, hello. Darlene, how are you? Beautiful butterfly. Kimbila, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hello, guys. It is a lot going on out in these YouTube streets. Oh, my goodness. Have you pretty brown eyes? Well, I am always happy to see you. I'm going to be dropping that link in a couple seconds. And hopefully you'll hit it. Hi, Juan Davis. Hello, Carolyn Cheeks. So, yes, a lot going on. We got Funky Dyneva on the hate train. We got the awards from Mr. Martin Luther Maurice Scott King Jr. We got Destiny going around giving non-interviews. I peeped in on one yesterday. At the time, that video only had like 47 views. I took some notes. I plan to do a little something with it. And then I dropped into Anthony's chat. I missed all of the interviews. So by the time I got in there, she was sitting there looking crazy, bucking her ass, and not answering questions. And her baby was there. And I mean, she's so unprofessional. The live that I looked at yesterday, she was driving, not the live, the interview. She was a passenger in the car, so she's going through areas where, she didn't have connection. I mean, so unprofessional. So they need to leave that interviewing thing up to Mel. But I'm going to say a couple more hellos. I have a couple things that I wanted to discuss, namely Funky, a hot mess, hot mess. She is, Keontae. Yes, Wylet. It's like, my goodness, what's going on? It's a whole lot going on. Gail, let's see, you put, if any others watch the Destiny interview, that girl still has us all wondering what, why, and who is she? You're right. It was a non-interview. Definitely. Was she Claudia? I'm gonna watch it once I get off a live. But from what I saw, she didn't look interested. I mean, I put in the chat that she gave the same energy that she gives during the show. So, I'm not surprised, but who gave her the idea to go out and start these interviews? Who gave them all ideas to try to get involved in all of this that's going on YouTube? A mess. But yeah, guys, it's not completely set up yet, but hi Benita. I have a call-in line that I'm gonna start doing hopefully the next time I go live. So, it's always a lot of people that want to talk, but they don't want to hit the panel. And I want to be able to accommodate you guys. So yeah, hopefully I'll have that ready. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Misunderstood. That's my goal. Is for you guys to really get to know me, feel like you know me. I get to know you guys, all of that. So thank you. That put a big, big smile on my face. Oh, Stacy, do you think that's it? Wow, could be. Well, Dustin blew him out the water 2, 3 times, and I'm hoping that Dustin is with Carlos for part 3. So yeah, I really enjoyed his recaps. Quita J, hello. You say, why would they still be on a TV show when they're forced to speak on someone they don't like? Exactly. Exactly. And it's like we already see what's going to be happening in the next season. And it's just, my goodness. But I see why Mel often posts for every 5 demons, 5 blessings, because she got them demons out here. The way Funky Dyneva addressed her, number one, with all the B words, was ridiculous. For him to say he don't F with her, like she's really interested in effing with him, it's like, come on now. A mess. I agree. I totally agree. Dustin is very thorough. I mean, I just really enjoy it. And thank you for that comment, V. Hello, PK Joe, Marsha. Destiny was a disrespectful mess during her interview. When you disrespect the interviewer, it speaks volumes. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait to go back and watch from the beginning. It was a mess just from what I saw, and that was what, maybe 4 minutes or so. I actually pushed my live back thinking that it had just started. And yeah, she gave nothing. Nothing. But guys, I did drop the link. I had a couple things written down, but let me go ahead and pin. Let me pin the link. Anybody wants to join me, feel free to hit the link. Please also make sure to like the video, guys. And to the 132 watching, thank you guys so much. Please feel free to drop down in the chat and comment and enjoy. And give me 1 second, guys. I'm just on my phone trying to pin this link because for some reason it won't let me do it from my computer. Okay, let me make sure this volume is turned down. For some reason it won't let me do it. There it is. All right, so let me click this and pin it. All right, and I see we have someone backstage. Sherelle, give me 1 minute. And PK, I just watched Queen Sheba's video probably about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours ago. And yes, she did. I actually wrote down something that she said that I wanted to really bring up. But let me welcome the people backstage. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me put this up. And Sherelle, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining me.
Hello.
And I have Pretty Girl 96.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for
And
having
yeah,
us.
what do you guys think about the all of this that's going on out in these YouTube streets?
A
Child,
mess.
You're
it's just
mad.
a
Who said
lot.
that? Sherelle?
I said a mess. It's just a
Oh, a
funky
mess.
mess.
It is. It really is. It really is. Did you see Funky Dyneva's video in full?
I did not see it in full. I've just heard bits and pieces of it and just his vile and
I'm really
despicable
disgusted.
words that he has said against Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm really upset more so with you haven't seen a Scott, you haven't seen Carlos, you haven't seen Martell, you haven't seen any other of the cast members come out against anything that he has said,
Isn't
which
that?
means they are okay with it, basically. I'm also not liking any of these other and everyone has a right to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but how he spoke was just despicable.
It
What
really
I'm seeing is
was.
a lot of other YouTubers who are in agreement with it. Um, a lot of, you know, uh, men who are okay with calling women bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And say
as
the
well,
B word. Say the B word.
I apologize,
Okay.
calling women bees, as well as other women who are okay with this man saying the same thing. I mean, like, what type of who raised you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I think I said that. I'm not sure if I said it in the video about Funky Dineva, but a lot of women use that talking to each other, terms of endearment. I don't even do that because it's like I need to know, if we happen to be serious and you call me
Mm-hmm.
that, then it's going to be a problem. So, I don't even use it at all. But it was very disrespectful, very distasteful. It's like he's another one that has pent up anger
Mm-hmm.
for what? What did Mel do to him? I'm still trying to question that.
It seems like he has a personal problem with Mel. Like,
Yes,
it's
yes,
personal.
yes. I don't F with Mel. What is that from? Number one, who cares? You're not putting a penny in Mel's pocket, and who cares? It's like he, in my opinion, felt like they had a friendship or something and something changed and now he doesn't F with her. Where did that come from? So weird. What do you think about it, Keontae?
Hello, Queen.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed. There's been so much going on in these YouTube streets,
Oh
honey.
my goodness. Yes, ma'am. Oh my goodness.
Well, first off, Funky, ooh, he made me go back in time, and he
Mm,
really made me want to go in on him because there's nothing, absolutely nothing that Mel has done to him for him to sit up and say how he don't like her. The
what?
last time I thought, Funky, when all this was launching with the Holtz, who could beat you running to get interviews from Mel and Martell, and you recording the side dish? Didn't you name the side dish? I'm confused.
Now look, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I haven't. Where did he say that at about him dealing with a married man
He did it on his Fox Soul,
with
it was
Claudia?
on their channel.
Okay, so he's cabbage then. I mean, if you didn't name this girl, you pinned that coin, coleslaw. And if you're doing the same thing, what are you, Mr. Cabbage?
He's the same way. You're not any different while you're out here. My thing is, why you have so much energy? Where's the energy coming from Mel? What has she done to you? Oh, are you mad? Are the Scots mad because it's coming out about all their business? Are you mad that Mel may be leaving the show? Are you mad? Well, you don't
Hmm.
bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, yeah. It was so out of left field, but again, I'm not surprised. Friends with the Scots. she's friends with it. And I just found it, I'm not going to really say that it was odd. I just didn't expect it. They didn't play their cards right, if you ask me, because if Maurice comes out the day before with this award and he's naming it the Funky Dyneva Award, and then less than 24 hours later, Funky Dyneva is on YouTube going ballistic, if you ask me, about Mel, that shows that there's some inner workings going on.
Exactly.
yeah.
Even when it goes back to, even when he was on the show, where he was on, and that's the reason why he said, and he stopped reviewing the season because of the incident that happened after he left from Huntsville. He said he would no longer review the show. So my issue with you, Funky, is if you haven't been watching the show with your funky tail, why would you come back and say the things that you would say about Kiki and Mel? And then you're saying that, well, I know things that's going on behind the scenes that you don't know. Well, run it. Let's run it. I want everybody that's saying all these foul things about Mel, these disparaging things about her. If you got so much on her, tell it. If she's done so much, tell it.
Tell it. And she said the same thing when she invited Bondi Blue up on her live. If I've done things that's so bad, put it out there. What is it? And no one has been able to do that. None of them.
And it's funny. It's funny that he has an interview with Wanda on Saturday.
Who?
No, he doesn't have an interview. He's going to be on her channel. He's going to be over there. He's going to be on their live. And that's why she's over there with her non-verbal speaking self, promoting her channel. They're trying to help boost the Scots. They're trying to change their image in the way that if Mel does leave, they're trying to fix the image. But guess what? You can't fix the image when you continue to do dirt. You can't.
I agree. And Leah, I think it's Leah, and I think you told me it's Lay. But you put, I think Funky is on that power. But I get what you're saying again. Allegedly.
And you know that Mel and Claudia, they did that Marriage Mansion movie together.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, Funky had got out of line on the show talking about how disrespecting women in regards to with the, you know, the gay culture.
And Claudia don't play. Claudia do not play.
Yes, that made her upset. But not only that, is he did get suspended behind whatever went on. So Funky, like, you back over here in the YouTube streets and you ruining your brand yourself out here calling. We as women, we fight so hard for respect. We, as a Black women, we already fight for so much. But for our Black men to continue to disrespect us, not only disrespect us, but not protecting us, it's very disheartening. It is, and for me, I'm a mother. I'm a single mother of a Black male. My son, he's 22. And let me tell you, that's one thing that he does not do. He don't play with me and he don't play with my mom. And the thing about it is I don't care how old you are. You could be 50. I'm still your mama. And you better for sure believe that if you don't disrespect me, you're not going to sit up and disrespect anybody else in front of me.
Yeah.
I didn't raise you like that. So for me, Funky gets on this, and you know, maybe he didn't mean, I think when he was saying the B, he was just saying the B like in natural conversations. But in this situation, it didn't play in your favor, sir.
Oh no, he wasn't saying that. No, he wasn't saying that in the natural, like I mentioned, how people try to use it as a term of endearment and all of that. I didn't get those vibes at all. He meant that in the way that, I'm sorry about my dogs, guys. He meant that. Anonymous, is this you?
Yes, it is. Chit Chat with Cuties.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
Anonymous.
Hey,
Hi,
Anonymous.
Dante. Hi, everyone.
And guys, I'm gonna go on mute real quick. Let me calm these guys. Somebody's at my door. 1 second.
It's
Keep
a
talking.
Okay.
full moon, y'all.
Anonymous, did you see the interview that Destiny just did?
Well, I saw her. What did she just say? I know she said she's not fired. I think.
She just did an interview with Anthony.
She did an interview and nothing. Anthony was throwing the receipts at that tail and she couldn't handle it. It's
Oh my
like
God.
you're going on these interviews to say what? Nothing. Like
No.
you wasn't even courteous to his time. Like you were getting phone calls, your child was there, you were on your phone. It's like, girl,
What?
if
You mean
it
he treated Anthony that bad?
she
She
treated
did?
Anthony
Oh.
that bad. And let me tell you, Anthony, if he in the chat, honey,
In here.
Anthony, you have patience from God because you know what? The minute she would have been doing the things that she was doing, I would have hung up on that.
Mm.
Okay? I would
Well,
have
I
hung up
think,
on her.
well, I'll tell you this. Anthony did a great job. Just remember, like Gray Hair Diva did with Pookie. Sometimes you have to let them fall and fall in their face, even though they do that.
Yep,
And see,
that's
and
true.
this is why the fans are in Mel's favor, like regardless of whatever the situation that goes on. And sometimes people come at Mel hard, but you never see her turn around and just be nasty to the people. I mean, she'll answer, but she's not nasty. And it's like, and you wonder why she's a fan favorite. Well, you continue to do things to make her be a fan favorite, but not only that, out besides that, we are all women. And
Yeah.
like I said the other night on the Silver's channel, we all as women may have experienced something in the situation that Mel is in. It
Mm.
doesn't have to be marriage. It could have been a baby daddy. It could have been just a long relationship. We all have experienced some type of hurt. And as women, we are a lot stronger, okay, when we bond together.
Yes,
But
that's right.
we're naturally gonna understand where she's coming from because we all have had those moments where you wanted to give up. You were crying, you were bitter, you were all the things that they're saying about Mel. So I don't understand why people are trying to make her just look pure evil. No. And not only that, the Scotts participated in the demise of her marriage as well. They
Yeah.
Well,
did.
I'm going to tell you this. The reason why they're angry at her and attacking her is that she ended supply.
Period.
She cut off contact with the leeches.
Yep.
The host figured out who her enemy was and enemies are and is ending supply to them.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
totally agree.
yeah, and the thing about it is, people don't realize you can say no.
Yep.
You can tell people who are treating you like dirt, no, I don't want to be around you. I don't have to be near you.
Mm-hmm.
And it
And
doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just you're cutting off contact with them.
exactly. And you know what? Mel said that a couple times. As far as it's okay to end relationships, to end friendships for whatever reason. And people need to normalize that. Quit
Yeah, it's
trying
a
to
season. She understands
exactly.
Ecclesiastics 3. There's a time and a place for everything.
That's
There's
right.
a season. And the relationship that they had ended with when she divorced Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and I made a mention, I was on some other panels before coming to you guys. They're still stuck in 2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen, I mean, with the puppets, Latifah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I was like, this is not 2018. And she was dead serious.
Yeah.
Hotel, he's giving her pictures at Dustin, Florida in 2019 without the new baby, Sugar Mama.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maurice and Kimmy always talk about the comeback group.
Yep.
That ended when Melody divorced Martell and dissolved the businesses of Chapter 7.
Yeah. Yeah. She's over that part of her life. And I do believe that if all of this underhanded mess wasn't going on, and if we can see it, believe me, we know that Mel can see it, feel it, all of the above. But I
Yeah,
do
but
believe if none of that was going on, they could have somewhat of a semi-working relationship when it comes to this show. But like she said, how can you move forward with people like this?
well, a lot of this, I'm going to say this. This is on Carlos and the production team.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Uh, adult, this is why he gets fired.
Mm-hmm.
He only has one vision of what the show should be, which is all ratchet and toxic.
Yep.
And he knew, I want to tell you this, chit chat with QT and the other content creators. If it wasn't for you guys, you saved Melody and Vanessa's life on that Madani fight. I'm starting to believe that because I find it very interesting how Wanda was so free to try to hit Melody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's
And
true.
how, I mean, there was no restraint whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then with Maurice or MLK the third sucker punching Hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't show the fight. It was worse than what was done.
Yeah. According to Miss Vanessa.
Yeah, sucker. No, but we saw it ourselves. Content creators, De Silva had it going on. Jay Lee's Corner, Diana Rose showed it. The others, Empress Radio was showing it. Hey girl, hey.
Okay.
Everybody saw it live. What was going on?
Now you know what, I saw that, and let me ask Renata. Your camera is on. Do you want your camera to be on?
Can you turn me off because I am at work?
Okay, let me see how can I turn your camera
Or can I do it?
Yeah, click start cam. Click the start cam and close it.
Okay, hold on. Let me see where I'm at. I see Cam here. Let me see if it tells me. Oh,
there
I'm
you
off?
go. There
Okay.
you go. There you go.
Oh my God,
Anonymous, I did watch it live too, and I remember because it seemed like to me Martell had failed. Somebody fell to the ground.
Fell to the ground, but he was getting licks, baby.
Martell was, yes.
He was knocking all them Scott brothers, all 3 or 4 of them that were coming after him, like pinball machines.
Yeah, because you could tell that Martell was when Mel was live and she was running to grab Martell up. You could tell that Martell was on top of somebody. You could tell that he was physically on top of somebody hitting them.
Yes, and I believe it was Marceau because
that's why he lost
initially.
And you know it was worse than what we all seen because we know that there were police officers that came to that scene, and it wasn't just one; it was multiple officers at the scene. So for you to even my thing is, if you're gonna show it. Don't cut it down to the point that you're trying to make it seem like, well, it wasn't as bad as we thought. No, we knew it was bad because even Mel and her mother was in the car having the conversation about what was transpiring, and Tisha was in it a lot more than what they were trying to make her seem. They were trying to make it seem like Tisha was like, oh, like, let me stop it. No, girl, you was all up in Martell face too.
Well, the reason why I said this, Kayante, and I know we got the other people coming in to talk, is if it wasn't for those content creators showing it, change.org and the people got mad and got Wanda off. I believe the reason why Martell quickly reconciled with them is Carlos paid him on behalf of those Scots. And that's to bring it back together. Like he was like, let's just go back to the original 6. Because I think he wanted that mess because I think it was a plot by the Snots to take over Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Oh, it was a plot by the Snots as well as Carlos. He was leaning towards that direction. Had Wanda not acted a fool at Madani and had the public, us, not acted a fool and signed petitions and all of that, excuse me, we would be seeing more of Wanda and her crew from Bessemer, all of that. So that's a halt to that,
Yeah, but it took Melody doing the live for us to finally see what was going on because they were trying that real hard. But yeah, but they're just trying to take over the show, and that's why I blame Martell more than anything. He didn't realize these Scots were trying to do a divide and conquer on him, and
Yeah,
he lost his queen and his family for some bro code and some people who are some Michigan shysters.
And that just shows Martell's maturity level, which is not much at all, because a blind man could see what they have done and continue to do to Martell.
Right.
Yeah, but Southern men do that. Southern men think they can conquer the Northern men and can outsmart them for whatever reason. I've seen a lot do that.
Yeah, they playing in his face, but this is my thing. And I have remember from watching the show, but Aunt Ann posted the videos from the Madani event, and this is what I don't understand with Carlos. Maurice admitted on the scene that Wanda was talking about a child. When he was trying to hold Wanda inside the store, Wanda told him he needs to have a blood test. She's not talking about a lead.
Yeah, she's talking about Sugar Mama. She was talking about her kids. She talked about
Carlos,
all her kids.
Exactly. Why didn't Carlos show that on the reunion when he was asking him, "You got the footage? You're the producer."
He thought he could make Melody keep her. I'm like, nope, get her off.
Yeah, it's so sad to watch, but I just love to see after all of these attempts to break Mel. I love to go on her Instagram page and see she's unbothered. You know what I mean? So I think that she has this shield around her and she's going on about her life. And that's why I said earlier, she posts that quote all the time. For every 5 demons, 5 blessings. And it's like she's just knocking them over as she go. And but it's sad to watch. It really is. What do you think, Cheryl? And thank you so much, Cheryl, for joining us.
You're welcome. How you doing, ladies? Hello, Chit Chat with Cutie. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, Cheryl.
I'm good. I'm just, they're not going to break Melody. No matter how much they try, they're not going to break Melody. When this mess was going on with Funky Junkie Dyneva, when things was going on with him, Melody was packing up her products and getting ready to ship them out. She's not paying this mess no mind. She's very unbothered. And when is it going to end? They still talk. Even Destiny, she's on live, still talking about Melody.
Yeah.
What is it with these people?
I don't know. It's terrible.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, move on with your life, you bug-eyed bitch. Excuse my language. Sorry.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry.
Somebody feeling some type of way.
Mitch. I am so sick of her.
But I understand what you're saying. Not to cut you off, I understand what you're saying. It's like, just, okay, what happened to if I don't fool with you? What happened to if I don't fool with you? I just don't bother you. I ain't got to talk about you. I ain't got to say nothing. I ain't got to try to do you harm. And I think that's where Melody is trying to be. It's like, yes, I don't want to fool with y'all. Y'all ain't got to fool with me. But I wish y'all luck in life. I'm not trying to do nothing to harm y'all. But y'all seem to be trying to take this woman out. So because of the way they acting, I need for them to tell us, what did this woman do to y'all?
That's all I want to
tell
know.
us. Because
they can't. They can't.
But that way we can say, oh, okay. Then we can justify and say, oh, I can understand maybe why you did that. You reacted that way. But there's nothing. Just like on Destiny's interview, she told the whoever she was interviewing with, she said, well, I know where her bones is buried, and she know where my bones is buried. So I'm thinking to myself, so if you do have something, which, truth be told, I don't really believe she had nothing on it. Are you talking about maybe that guy she was dealing with once she left Martell? Maybe she told her about that, or maybe some other guy was trying to talk to her, or something like that. But I don't think she really got anything concrete on her, because as much as she hate her, I swear she would have told it. What I think
you need to take her bone and move on.
I'm not even mad. You know why I'm not even mad at the rest of them? I'm gonna tell you why I'm not so mad. Because they have listened, all this is coming from Martell.
Yeah.
Martell has went to them and said, well, Melody was never really your friend. Let me tell you what she used to
That
say
part.
about you. Let me tell you what she used to do this. And she ain't the one who wanted to help y'all when y'all was in help. What they don't realize is that had Melody, they was married. So when he came to her and had she said, no, we're not going to help them, there wouldn't have been no help. You know what? Even if I fell out with you, chit chat and crew, and you've done so much to help my life, meaning that you've helped me put food on the table for my child, there is a respect that I'm going to give you, even if we fall out. You
Right.
can never get me to turn against you because that woman helped you feed your children.
That's right.
Right.
Your
That's
children.
Yep.
And that's why Mel is gonna always win. You
That's why
don't.
she gonna always win. Look what she do with
win.
y'all guys at the YouTubers. She's about one of the only celebrities that I know that will put y'all YouTubers on her live without even thinking about it. She's the only person that I see, and I'm not saying a lot of celebrities don't do stuff if they get DMs and people need something and if they feel moved, they do it. But this woman have no problem to say, what's your cash app?
Yeah.
She don't got no problem doing that.
Yeah.
Because she understands the blessing in her being blessed. She understands that. If y'all don't like her and she's so horrible, then leave it alone. It's
And
like
Leave the
getting old
show.
now.
and
Let me just give you a list of
Okay,
what.
go ahead.
Let me
Anonymous, I
say.
love you. Do you got Anonymous banner up? Because you know you're going to have to put her banner
Girl,
up.
I stay
I
ready.
love you too, baby.
But
we all love
this is
Anonymous.
what
For Anonymous.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Stay ready. Let me
this is
bring
what
up
it
Tay.
is.
Let me bring
Okay,
up Tay real
let me
quick.
give you a
guys.
list.
Okay,
Let me give you a list.
Tay, are you there?
It's me.
All right. And I'm starting
Okay.
pretty girl. Go ahead.
Give me a list.
So
Go ahead.
Martell says, I'm gonna give you a list. What they keep saying. Martell
Okay.
says Melody can't keep no friends.
Okay.
Tisha said that Melody has a dark heart and dark soul.
Right.
Kimmy, I don't think she said anything negative, like
No,
real
she
bad.
didn't.
Maurice and Marceau, they said that
Yes,
she
she
don't take no
did.
accountability.
She said that Mel was bougie. She don't like
Oh,
Mel
yeah.
because
from
she
season
bougie.
1. But you know what? Can I keep your list? We don't mean to cut you off with your list. But
And then Destiny,
go ahead.
Destiny recently just said on Anthony Live that she throw rocks around and hide her hands. And she said that basically Mel used, you talking about me, the teacher, for a storyline.
No, let me tell you why that don't
God.
make sense. Hold on. Can I tell you why that don't make sense? She even said in that interview herself. She said that lets you know that Mel didn't talk about Tisha to Destiny, because she said in that interview herself, had Mel told me that she really had a problem with Tisha like that, I would have kept my boundaries. So that lets you know right there that she was not trying to keep Destiny from being her friend. She didn't care about Destiny being Tisha's friend.
Right. She
What
didn't
she
care.
cared about was don't discuss me with a person you know that don't fool with me like that.
But that's the thing. She don't have a problem with Tisha. Mel didn't have a problem with Tisha. Tisha keep reusing the same or old issues that she claims she got with Mel.
And it's getting
Mel
old.
won't let it go.
Exactly.
Let it go. Like,
ladies, if me and you have a problem and I done came to you 20,000 times and apologize, and every time I turn around, you keep on bringing it up. Well, you know that you trying to break up my marriage.
Oh,
and it's
gosh.
like, I just apologized to you 12 times. I'm not going to keep going through this.
What
I'm
else
too grown
can
for
I
this.
do?
I'm not going to keep going through this. You keep having the problem that you want to have with me, and I'm going to go over here and sit down and mind my business, because I'm not going to go there. But Martell is keeping up this stuff.
and that's why Mel told. That's why Mel told Martell.
Give me 1 second.
Okay,
I have Anthony. Anthony, are you here?
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Anthony.
Hello. Thank you for
Anthony.
And I need your thoughts, Anthony, on that interview. I apologize. I missed probably the majority, but according to my chat, it was a hot mess.
Girl, it was. You ain't missing nothing. It was nothing but lies.
Was you calling her out, Anthony? Was you calling her out?
I mean, I don't think she was ready for me to put those clips up. I just wanted to, the only thing I did was just ask her questions, far as when she was going through her situation with LeBerry. Did Melody do the same thing that she did, go back and forth from her to Martell? And
exactly. Go ahead, Anthony.
Honestly, I think the interview kind of went a little left when she first came on. She said they told her not to talk to me, not to interview with me. Now, I don't know who the they are.
Who's that? You know who the they are.
Yeah.
Anthony, you know it's the Scott.
It is what it is. But, hey, she came on. Thank you. But, I think, what else did I ask that girl? See, this is the sad part right here. I asked her, I said, do you regret for walking out of your business just to say next time you come to my business, speak? When they did the flashback and it showed that she did speak to everyone and she spoke to you. She said no.
Of course not. Of course
That
not.
alone by itself tell me that you're just a disgusting individual.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
bitter,
Right. And
bitter.
what she said to Miss Van was
Anthony, did you
completely
ask about what she said to
disrespectful.
Miss Van? Did you ask about that?
You know, I didn't even get to it.
Didn't even
She
get to.
Y'all,
pimping. She pimping her daughter.
It's all right.
even
He
if
had to
I
give her a
did
little
say
bit,
it,
not a lot.
I mean, even if I did say that to her, she was just gonna talk around it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she always do.
Well, you know what? I just saw the
I'm a,
look in her face. Number
mhm,
one, she was uninterested, just like
right.
she was with an interview that she gave yesterday. It's like, why are you there? It's like, again, she got orders from people. Look, you need to start doing this YouTube, try to get, but it's not in her. She's miserable. She's
Yep.
bitter.
Yep.
And one thing that Queen Sheba said today, I watched her video and I totally agree. It was in relation to what Funky Dyneva said.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she said, if Mel smelled desperation in Kiki, what did Tisha smell in Destiny? Because it's the same
Thank
thing.
you.
If
Thank
you
you.
want to say that, what did Tisha and the Scots in general smell in Destiny? They
But chit
picked her up
chat.
like a stray dog on the side of a Huntsville road, and
But
she's been there ever since.
but everybody want to gloss over the fact that these two women have known each other before there was a Tisha.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki said Mel used to always call her and invite her to everything she had. Kiki said she never went because she knew that Mel and Tisha had a problem, so she was staying loyal to Tisha. She said she showed the text messages of Mel inviting her to the baby shower, inviting to her certain events, and she said she always declined because she didn't want to rock the boat with Tisha. So it's not like she didn't know this woman. She knew her before. They have a best friend that's in common. And
Right.
Mel said she did not know that Kiki wanted to get on the show anymore. She said until one day they was having a conversation with the best friend, and she said, "Yeah, you know, she wanted to be on the show." She said, "Well, why she didn't tell me?" She said, so that's why she found a way to integrate her in. Now you may say, okay, Mel was being messy by inviting her there and asking the question, but she wasn't even in the room when the conversation first started. People
Right.
just want to pick what they want to pick. It ain't about being a millimeter. It ain't about being fair. I'm for what is right and what is wrong. And if Mel had done something egregious in that, I would have said, now, you know, Mel was wrong for that. I didn't see anything that she did was wrong, but y'all sat around talking about this. Let me tell you something. Mel is more classy than I'd ever be, because
What you
all the
mean?
asses would
Oh
have got hot
God.
talking about my
I would
character.
But you know what?
Let me tell you something. There would be
I
nothing more to
asked the
say.
question. I asked the question. I said, "Tell me exactly what it is
Right.
that Melody do that we don't see."
There's an echo.
She could have answered.
She said that Melody
There's
hides,
an
throw rocks
echo.
behind her
Hold
hand.
on
What's the
one
echo?
second. Pretty
Hold
girl,
on.
I think that may be you. Let's
Can you hear me?
see. Okay, Anthony, you're fine. Pretty girl, can you say something?
Hello?
Okay, you're fine. I'm not
Is it
sure who
me?
has the echo.
Everybody else mute.
Yeah, everybody mute 1 second. It may be
Okay.
gone. We may be okay. All right. I'm sorry. And who was speaking? Was that you, pretty girl?
No, that was Anthony.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anthony, what were you saying now?
Yeah, it's like if you ask these questions, and like I said, they make it so easy for us to constantly give Melanie a pass. Now, not saying if she do something, it's right. Like I get it, but I mean, right now it's like she can't do any wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
But what
that's
Yeah.
gives
all I'm saying. Like, what is it?
but what
She
gives
mad because
Letitia
Melody said about that money. I'm gonna tell you
but
what it is, but she don't want to bring that back up
Oh, that's
because
what
then
it
people
is.
gonna ask questions. But she forget why Mel said anything about that money was because
Because
you
of
walked
her
around this internet calling her a manipulator and saying
and
she
a
wasn't a
bad
good
friend.
friend. What good
Exactly.
friend? What friend you know that's gonna give you $6,000?
nobody?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. To
Thank
keep you
you.
afloat in your time of need.
And you
That's
didn't
Mm-hmm.
have to ask her. Hold on, chit chat. And a friend that you didn't have to ask. She saw you needed it and gave it to you without you even asking. What
I
But
friend
my
you know
don't
giving
but,
you
think it's the
$6,000?
money.
but my
I don't
problem with
think I don't think it's the money.
I
I
think
think
that's
it's
what she
her.
mad about. Cause
No,
that's
it's
when she
not.
really got vicious.
No. She's not mad about the money.
Okay.
Destiny is mad because she wants that friendship. She wanted that
Okay.
friendship with
I can see
Mel.
that.
And what she did was after, see, the thing is with Destiny, after she couldn't get her friendship back with Mel, she had no choice. Well, I have to make up something because to the people it's gonna look like, well, girl, why? And the thing is that Mel was upset with whatever was said in the room,
Yes.
and like I
Yes.
said, Mel would never tell what was said because she don't want to give Destiny any type of inkling. She
Okay.
wants, if you know what you said about me, so girl, say it. So Mel is not gonna put in her mind that this is what you said at me about me, and this is why I'm mad at you. But really and truly, Destiny wants that friendship. That's why when they went and had that one-on-one, that's why she asked her, you know you miss me. And Mel was like, no, like I'm good. I made peace. I'm good. And you
Right.
could tell right then and there that
She was
killed
crushed.
Destiny's
But
spirit.
if
Oh
you loved
yeah,
her,
she
but
was
my thing
crushed.
is, if you love her that much and you really valued her as a friend, what happened to saying, okay, now you tell me what I did? And then Mel would have said, okay, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? That wasn't my intentions, but I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. What happened to that? But you just gonna put your foot in the mud and you just gonna keep on going with it. And you gonna keep on going with it. And
What
that's what I
Destiny
don't understand. So
said,
you really wasn't you mad because you ain't got nothing to tell Martell no more. That's what that's about.
what
Hmm.
Destiny
Because she
said
was
on the
telling Martell all that girl business.
what
Go
Destiny said
ahead.
on what Destiny said on the interview. She said that what made her and Mel basically start not seeing eye to eye
Let
was
me go over
basically when they
here.
had that meet and greet at the coffee shop.
Hmm.
She said
Hmm.
that Melody changed the format of the texts. She said
Oh
that's what
my,
really made her mad.
oh my
Oh
God.
Child, is
That
she
boy
crazy?
stay
Come on
liar.
now.
Please.
She lie like
Who
she
says
speak.
chillaxing, people?
Martell,
Thank you. So you
Martell.
were still with Vienna Sausage, and you were his mole to try to get information. And Melody caught the plot and cut you off.
Yeah.
Like
You
this is
understand?
my thing. This is my thing. Y'all say people say Mel does stuff behind the scenes. Mel throws she throw hands in hot rock and all that type of stuff. Like what has she done to these people? Like
That's
this
what
is
we kept.
ridiculous at this
Excuse
point.
me.
They're
She cut
jealous
off
of her.
supply.
They're
She cut
jealous
off
of her.
supply. They're
That's the
not
one.
using her to try to take her money. She cut them off. She recognizes they're the enemy.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
how
That's
many
what I
we've
mean.
times?
been asking what is it for what 3, 4 years now, however long the show been on. What is it that warrants this type of hate? And if they had something, we would have known something by now.
Yeah,
Y'all
Jealousy. Chit chat.
that's
show
like she
Jealousy.
tried to say that if Mel had proved that she was cheating, that she would have produced it. Her and Martell would have produced it by now. Him being present, that's the proof to
that was
me.
enough.
Oh,
Period.
it's
But I
a
asked her,
divorce
I asked her, did she
in
cheat
three
in her
months.
relationship?
You
And
asked
what
her
you
what,
say?
Anthony?
I asked Destiny, did she cheat in her relationship with
Mm.
LeBerry?
What did she say?
Why
No.
she lie?
The
She
break.
said no, but I
Oh
brought
my
up the
God.
clip. I brought up a clip on my on the interview where she had an interview with somebody basically saying on the deal breakers that she don't think cheating is a deal breaker for her, and she said that she was taught by men. And if you go back and watch that clip, she basically told off on herself that she most likely will probably cheat in her relationship.
She's a
Mm.
liar. She's a liar.
No, she
Mm.
What?
I
actually told
can't
the
wait
truth.
to
She
Lie.
would
watch
cheat on her
that.
relationship.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't wait
she
to go back and watch that live. I mean
well
that.
she Well, she said they took breaks. So to her, go back to what Anthony is saying. In her mind, she don't see any wrong in it because in her mind,
They were
they
on a
took
break.
breaks.
Well,
And if
Hmm.
LeBeric,
it's not
well,
a deal
LeBeric
breaker
found
for
some.
her, if it's not a deal breaker for her, that means that if the guy cheats on her, she wouldn't necessarily leave him. It doesn't mean that it's not a deal breaker for the
But
guy.
she lied about them being
Yeah.
separated.
Well, LeBeric showed her, didn't he?
She
Yeah.
lied about them being
Anytime
separated.
somebody presents you with divorce papers 3 weeks after giving
A,
birth,
a bird?
Exactly.
come
Come
on.
on.
Come on
Come
Yeah.
now.
So,
Come
on.
on.
You're
Bente, you're
looking
now
at,
available for LeBeric.
yeah. just looking
Did
at
you
that.
ask her was LeBerry single, Anthony?
Oh
I
God,
did not ask
Tay.
her that.
Oh, he seems like a sweetheart. I tell you that much.
But
He's
I did
fine. I
ask
know
her.
that.
I did ask her who was first and second in her relationship.
What she say?
And I played the clip where she said she was the third person in the relationship,
Because
and
his
she did
mother.
not say who, but she basically said
Oh,
his
hotel.
family.
Martell was
Look at
second,
Tay.
right?
Allegedly. Anonymous, allegedly.
Yeah,
It's on the bottom.
But how did she answer Anthony? What did she say about it?
she didn't. She just basically said like it was family and lack of attention. So who'd
Oh
you go get attention
please.
from?
Oh please.
My goodness.
She give off BDE, so she doesn't require a lot of attention.
She
Yeah.
semi
Chit Chat and
You
Crew.
have to
horizontal.
Can
go
I
watch
say
the video.
Chit Chat and Crew? Can I say something? Because you know what? I wouldn't even be so upset with the commentary that a Funky did, because he got a lot of skeletons in his closet.
Oh
You go over
God.
there to
Does
Michelle
he?
ATLian, she'll
Does
tell you
he?
how he was cracking
Oh,
up in
girl,
her house and stole her
look.
stuff.
I
I
saw
He
that.
right
played my
now dealing
video
with a married
earlier
man.
today that I've
He
been
right now
watching.
dealing with a married man.
I saw that
He's in
last
an
night.
entanglement himself.
Yeah, look, I've been following
Huh.
Funky Dyneva, his story, ATLian, TS
Yes.
Madison. So everything that you're talking about, believe me,
Yes.
I'm aware.
Yes.
I'm aware.
Are you going to give him lotion chit chat with QT? That's a
Some
lot of
lotion
ash.
and
I'm
some
just saying.
of Martell's chapstick as well.
That's what I'm
Because
saying. Lip gloss, ash.
for me, Chit Chat, for him to be so appalled, talk about Melody is trying to break up his marriage. Well, what about the marriage you in right now? What about that marriage you in? That's
You
why
got the
whatever he's
whole
saying.
No, but
Clear
he's a
that
flip.
up.
No, but he's a flip flopper because he was saying something totally different. He was saying Letitia is weak. He was saying so many different things and really like dragging Letitia. Now all of a sudden, now he on her side.
yeah.
Something's not right.
Man,
And
I
he
got a
only called the
question,
bloggers.
Anthony.
He
Huh?
only called the bloggers that I guess in support of Mel. But it's not that y'all in support, like you can't see Mel doing nothing wrong. Nobody has yet brung out the receipts to say what this woman is doing. You got to give us the receipts for us
That's
to
what we
believe
need.
what you're saying.
Right.
Well, I got to
But we
ask you,
see you
Anthony.
calling her whores. But we hear y'all with your own mouth calling this woman a whore. We hear you talking about her kids. We hear y'all saying this, so that's why we go off of what we hear y'all say. But we ain't hear nothing y'all say yet that this woman has done to y'all so egregious
And
that
Mel
it
don't
warrants
care.
all of this.
Mel don't care. Mel
I
do
know she
not
don't.
care.
I know.
He
And Miss
don't give a
Van, let me tell
damn.
you
What
who
were you
put.
gonna say,
Let me tell you what
Anonymous?
Miss Van did. Miss Van put Melody on to Carlos being a snake. I'm telling you, Miss Van told her that. I know her mother said, "Watch him." I know.
Well,
she told her
we
that.
all know everybody's watching, but
Yeah, and
I
I
was
think
going to ask Anthony, since you're in the Huntsville streets, is it true that Letitia and Marceau, or legs, hips, and breasts, are having trouble with their marriage right now?
I have no idea. It wouldn't surprise me, but I mean they probably had problems going on before the show.
That's what I was
So
thinking.
yeah, I really can't answer that question. I really don't know.
And
yeah,
Letitia keep
put
talking
notice
about
in
family.
person.
Letitia talking about family. What gave her the right to go tell Melody and Martell that this lady had a drug addiction or some kind of pill addiction? What gave Letitia the right to go tell Mel and Martell that?
Yeah.
So how was she being family? Because that's how it all started.
Right, and that's what Funky Dyneva should have looked at and explored. I mean, they shared personal information that was hurtful. She wasn't ready to share, obviously, and they should have given her that right to do that herself. So if there was a little tension already between Kiki and Tisha, what does Mel have to do with that?
Right,
You
because
know,
she told Martell, and she was joking about it. She told Martell, I saw that episode when she was telling Martell and Melody how this lady got a drug addiction, some kind of pill addiction, and that's not something she should have went back and told anybody.
not at all. Let me welcome someone to the stage, Cynthia Taylor. Cynthia Taylor.
Yes.
Okay, now you have your camera on. Do you want the camera on? There's a way you can click it off if you like.
Okay.
Or if you want it on, that's fine too.
It doesn't matter.
There's an echo.
And give me 1 second, guys. To the 337 that's watching, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could please hit the like button for me, that would be great. And yes, Cynthia, what's your thought on what we're discussing? What's your thoughts?
My thought is I want to go fight them.
I'll
No,
come
I'm
pick
just
you
saying.
up.
Me
I'll come
too.
pick you up. I'll come pick you up. We'll go together.
Exactly. Me too.
Girl,
Get me.
I'm just sick of Tisha and her in denial, ASS, and the whole thing. They just jealous of Melanie. That's is period.
Exactly.
Period. And she gave them a platform, and they basically telling her to kiss it. And it's just not right. It's not right at all. I don't like it. I like the show, but it's getting a little out of control. I
I
don't know.
agree.
I don't know if that's real or some of it's fake. I don't know. But I just hope that it's not what it really looks like.
Well, you know what? And it's unfortunate, but I believe, excuse me, everything that we're seeing on the show and social media is real. I don't think any of this is made up. It's
Wow.
too
I
many
concur.
raw emotions, and you can tell when it's a phony storyline.
I concur.
I don't see anything that I can say that's phony as far as when it comes to them not liking Mel. You can see it,
I
and
concur.
it's terrible.
I mean, and I really feel bad because, she did try, in her marriage. She tried in her marriage, and I know because I was in a 15-year relationship, and I'm just now, getting over the healing and things of that nature. And, they really should have her back as women. I mean, we know that thing hurt. You know what I'm saying? That thing hurt. So to not have her back on that, going through what she went through, and then giving them a platform. I mean, they probably could have even rise even better if they played their cards right. How is somebody going to give you a platform and then you're going to do that, turn around and act, it's just weird. I never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
love your platform. You're great, and
Oh,
I'm going to
thank
support
you.
you. I'm going to continue to support you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Cynthia. And let me
Um,
bring up a couple people. It looks like
thank
I
you.
lost. Thank you so much.
I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Anonymous, Keontae, whoever dropped down. I do have, let's see, Veronica Barnes, and somebody
Hi.
has an echo in the back.
Hi,
Tay,
Q.
where did Tay go? Tay just dropped down. Hello, someone has an echo. Let me see if it's you, Cynthia. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Cynthia, it's you. I'm not sure if you have another YouTube window open or something, but I muted you. You should be okay now. And hi, Veronica.
Hi, thanks for having me. I
Not
just
a
want to say one quick thing. When
uh-huh.
Dusty told Mel that she didn't want her to spill her beans, more or less, I wanted her to say something so that Melanie could tell why her husband left her after she gave birth 3 weeks. That's what I want to know.
And we should have found that out on the show by now. Look, you can't talk about the details of why you guys got a divorce. We get that. But what was going on to make this man serve you with divorce papers 3 weeks after? So I'm
Exactly.
over Destiny and this acting like there's legal things pending and she can't say this. No, she just does not want to say anything. That's it. That's
Exactly.
all. Yeah, I agree with that. I really do.
But she want to be in everybody else's business.
Exactly. All up and through it, and we're over it.
I'm tired of
Pretty
her.
Brown Eyes, what happened to you? You chilling tonight? Okay.
Thanks for having me, Q. I'm going to leave the spot so somebody else
Thank
can come up.
you. Thank you so much. And to
Okay.
anyone else in the chat, if you guys want to
And everybody hit the like button.
yes, please hit the like. As of right now, I think we have like 170-ish or something. So yeah, please hit the like. And let me put my banner back up. I have a couple people. A true Scorpio, you're backstage, but it's saying that your device is not connected. So you may want to, okay, let's see. A true Scorpio, is that you?
Yes, it's me. I'm back.
All right, excellent. And then let's see, I have Sam Clem.
Yes.
Hello, Sam. How are you?
Don't tell yourself.
I am good. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. And yeah, give me your opinion, guys, on all of this that's going on this week on YouTube. Everything has been a mess, if you ask me.
Well, I think with the Funky Dyneva situation, I think this is a wake up call for all of us to stop letting things go. Um, Michelle ATLN has been saying how he is for a long time, and people dismissed her. And I was one of those individuals that pretty much just dismissed it. But when she really, if you guys go to her website, to her YouTube, she showed the tape and everything what he did and how disgusting and how he treated her, and he was supposed to be a friend. He's not a friend to black women, and he shows this time and time again. And he has even said on Dr. Heavenly's show how he was interested in his married man. And Dr. Heavenly said, don't do that. Black women are dying at a high rate of HIV because sometimes they don't know their men are undercover. He's not a friend. He's an evil human being, and he doesn't understand the matrimony of man and wife, just the way he doesn't care about a marriage. So now all of a sudden you care about the Scott's marriage? Really? When you're trying to break up marriages yourself?
Huh.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Bingo.
The Scots in them are attracting the type of spirit of what they are. They're so desperate
Preach,
now.
girl. Preach.
They're,
That's it.
Preach,
they're
girl.
so they're
Preach,
so
girl.
desperate now that they're allowing any type of force to connect to them. Destiny said on Anthony's live today, why would I stop being friends with Martell? Well, ding dong, you say you're a Christian, you throwing out quotes sometimes.
Who's a
And if
Christian?
you, well, that's what Destiny quote and talking
Oh
about,
Lord, have
you
mercy.
know, and how she believed throwing digs at Mel one time on the panel with Bondi and them, that she believes in the sanctity of marriage and all these other
Oh
things.
my God.
Well, if you really stand by that, why would you be friends with somebody? Because the Bible tells you to separate yourself from evil doing.
That's
Martell has
right.
displayed time and time again the evil tactics that he's doing to Mel, even as a woman, you know, and she doesn't see his jealousy. I'm not saying Mel is perfect, because that's the first thing they like to say. Oh, we think Mel's perfect. No, I'm sorry. God comes first in my life. I don't care how much I like a person. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think she would be receptive if you pull Mel aside and said, you know, that's not a good look, or this is wrong. These people are very hostile when you point out their wrongness. You understand what I'm saying? I look back, it was an episode that popped up on YouTube today. It was season 2, when Tisha was trying to tell Kimmy to stand 10 toes down with her. And Tisha doesn't care if she's right or wrong. She wants you to ride with her because that's the way her mother has treated her. Even Kiki says she has been guilty of enabling Tisha. So Tisha doesn't understand right or wrong. Even when she said she popped up at Mel event, her husband was trying to tell her she was wrong, but her mother said, I would have punched that bee in her face when I look back at the episode. If you have a mother that's not teaching right from wrong, that's why she has a hard time deciphering that. And God knows how you're raising your own children.
But Letitia's a grown woman, though. She ain't no child.
I get that. But if you, okay, it's like when you're a child, what is this quote in the Bible when, you know, when you move up, you do as a child, but when you
think as a child,
and
and
it's
when
just
you
like
grow old, you
move away from childish things.
You
And
move away from childhood things,
if you're not grown mentally, people, it doesn't matter how old you are, her mental, just the way she talks, the way she acts, the way she carries herself. That's why Marcel dismisses her a lot if you see it, because it's like, you remember when she was sliding down in a chair, he told her don't do that. Like, why would your husband have to tell you that? You see how Melanie carries herself, and she holds up, she sets up straight up. She's not sliding in the chair where she doesn't disagree, and you hear somebody whispering to her, don't do that.
Yeah, she is childish. You're right.
Give me 1 second, ladies. Let me welcome Dee Dee Star 73.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. This
Hi.
is my first time on your live, I believe.
Oh, is it? Well, thank you
Well,
so
coming
much.
up on the panel, I'm always in the bushes,
Oh,
but
you're in the bush. I like my bush babes too. Well, thank you so much. What's your thoughts on what we've been discussing?
so the reason why I came up is because I want to go back to what was said about Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I know those type of girls. She hang on to whoever is going to benefit her.
There you go.
She doesn't want anything for herself. She don't want to do anything for herself. She wants to latch on and suck you dry. And that's what she tried to do with Melody
Yep.
by way even of her ex-husband,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a lot of inappropriateness on those scenes right after Melody divorced him, that with her and Martell. You could be close all day long, but you wasn't that close. You
Yeah.
wasn't
Thank
even that
you.
close when we was married. So how all of a
Thank
sudden you
you.
are that close?
Thank
That
you.
doesn't make
Exactly.
sense. If you
Can I
grown,
ask
you
you?
grown. We know.
Can I ask you a
Please.
question? How
Uh-huh.
close was Martell really to Destiny when Mel said she didn't even meet this woman
That's what I'm talking
until?
about.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead
That's
with
what
your
I'm
sister.
saying.
Go
Cause
ahead,
see, I'm
sister.
married.
Go
I'm
ahead,
married.
sister.
I've been married 23 years. I know
Yes,
everybody
ma'am.
my husband know.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
And you know, if I don't know them personally and maybe I haven't met them, he's at least talked to me about them.
Right.
So if I was to see him, I could put a face with the
You
person.
right.
She couldn't even put a face to the person. She knew LeBaric. She didn't know Destiny. How is that?
Right.
Right. Yep.
So she plays the game, and that's why she's friends with Stormy. Now
Mm.
Stormy has the money.
Thank
It's not
you.
Come on in
about
here.
nothing else
Yep.
but the money.
Preach
Come
it.
on
When
in
she
Preach
here.
gets
it. Preach it.
when Stormy gets tired of paying her
Y'all
way,
telling it
because
to
right
death.
now Stormy likes to pay the way. Remember, she flashes her money.
The
She talks
Gucci
about being
and
a
all of that.
millionaire. That's who she's
Mm-hmm.
about. Destiny said, "Oh, she like that." Oh, and I'm gonna tell you another thing about Destiny that I really feel, because I know people like her. She the kind of girl that'll do whatever. And what she said to Miss Van, to me, she was saying that because it's coming from her own life, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
what I felt
You mean
from.
doing some?
That's
You
why
mean
she
doing
said
strange
it.
things for some change?
Yep.
That's why she said it. She said it because that's who she is. And
Mm-hmm.
she pushed that out on Miss Van because she don't like her real self. That's why she's so quiet on this show and she can't show herself. She don't like her real self.
Mm-hmm.
When I start my channel, that's what I want to talk about. That's what I'm getting into. How we can have self-esteem as women and build ourselves up
Mm-hmm.
and not
Mm-hmm.
latching on to people, because that's what she does great. This whole time she been on the show, that's all she did. She latched on to LeBaric. He got wind of what she was. He had to let her go.
That's it.
She
Yep.
latched on to Mel. Let me tell you, at that launch, I'm sorry, I don't want to take over, but at that
No,
launch
you're
party,
fine.
that's why I couldn't. Anthony, if he's still up here, no disrespect, I couldn't even watch her interview because I see her.
Yeah.
At that launch party that Mel had with her video, and she
Mm-hmm.
talking about she need a
The
village.
village.
She
Oh yeah.
didn't need a village. She needs your money.
That's right.
She needs your money, and you're not giving her what she wanted.
She's a
Because that's
user.
why the whole conversation didn't make sense. It
Yeah.
didn't make sense.
She's a
But she
user.
was trying to. She's a user.
Yep.
And then remember everything about Stormy, why she really was banned. Oh, you wouldn't give me your product. She's a user.
She's a user. I'm telling you.
For sure.
She
And you
don't
know
care
what?
about nobody.
Yeah, she doesn't. And she's transferred that same energy over to the Scots. So now she's
No, no, no,
latched
no, no.
on
Oh
to
no,
them.
no, 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 no.
One second.
No.
One second,
Okay.
Dee. She's latched on to them, in my opinion. She even
Oh,
said
I'm sorry.
yesterday when she was giving an interview that Marceau calls her little sis. Now she's not working for the Power Realty. So she showed that whole video where the baby was putting together desk and all of that. Everybody blew her spot up with that. And now she works for the Scots at Scott's Realty. So the Scots is her village now.
But guess
I
what?
agree with you. She's definitely a user.
Good luck
But
to
guess
her.
what? What the Scots,
And that
the
is
women
you
Scots
have
don't pay.
static too. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but guess
Yeah,
what?
you
The
have
women
a
Scots are
lot of
not paying
static.
attention to. Do I have static? I got on these headphones.
Yes, you have.
Is it still static?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. These are. I can't find my earbuds, so I don't know what I did with them. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but it's a
We can
lot
hear
of
you.
static. Do you are you like on a you have your headphones plugged up to your computer?
In my iPhone, I mean my iPad.
Oh,
Yeah.
in your iPad. Okay.
Cause
Yeah.
I was on my way to bed, and then when I heard y'all talking about her, I said, let me
Mhm.
just get up here one time, cause I don't want to be on here all night. But I had to come and say something.
Well, you
But
said a word. Do you hear me? And I
Yes,
agree
you
but I
with
did.
see her.
that.
I see her, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that
We all
until
see her.
she runs it dry, till everybody
Thanks,
else
Miss
can see
Chris.
her,
She
it's
said
gonna be sad.
on the interview with Anthony that do we realize we're affecting her money and business just because we don't like what we see on a television show? But do
Wow.
she realize she's aligning with Martell and he tries to destroy Melanie and her businesses?
She don't
Like,
Exactly.
care about
what's
that
the
either.
difference? It's like I don't understand. Just like the Scots are putting in the narrative because to me they're rerunning. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Today, and not what was the show, the YouTube show that always posted pictures about Marshall cheating in the back and all that other
Original straight no chaser.
yeah, so today she did like a campaign about having sympathy for Kimmy and you
Uh-huh.
know the little thing. And I said,
Yeah.
boy, they're really putting on a show behind the scenes and putting everything together to try to
Yeah.
spin the narrative because Melody doesn't want to film with them no more.
And
I'm
they
not
don't know what
saying
Mel
this.
is doing. They don't know if she gonna
Yeah,
stay or not. They don't know what she doing.
it's
Mm.
like
That's
they're trying to twist things around, and it like I don't wish bad on anybody in any health,
no,
or
no.
anything like that. Some people do take it a little too far, but don't try to spin this narrative as if they're the victim.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
they want Mel. This is what they want Mel to do. They want Mel to come out and say to the people, "Yo, guys, don't do that. Don't say that." But y'all on TV and shows calling her all kinds of whores and bitches and stuff. Y'all,
Renata.
yes,
Renata.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I need you to use alternate words for me,
Oh, I'm
please.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Not a problem.
So
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Calling her the streetwalker and the female dog.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep saying that.
But can I say this? Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me?
That was
Oh
too
Lord, y'all
much.
funny.
You
The
think
streetwalker
on
and the
your
female
toes,
dog.
Renata.
Huh?
Can you hear
Streetwalker
me
and the
better
female
We're
now?
old
dog.
school.
Okay.
And real quickly, guys, Lisa Marie Presley has passed away.
Yeah,
Oh
I heard. Oh
no.
my
What?
God.
Yeah,
Oh
She
no.
had a heart
54
attack.
years old,
Oh my
Mm.
God.
cardiac arrest. So
Oh
yeah,
Oh
my
my
sad.
goodness.
goodness.
God
That's
bless.
sad.
God bless her family.
So
Oh
you
God
can't
bless.
play with stressing your health, and that's
no,
what
you
Mhm.
look.
can't. No, you
And
can't.
and all of this that the Scott Marceau or not Marceau Maurice is putting on Kimmy with that, and you playing with that, trying to use that as a pass for all the evilness that he's doing. I just have a couple things to say that I'm just remembering about Destiny.
Mhm.
Remember when Mel and Destiny met, and Mel said, Destiny, the kids must have been was over Destiny's, and Mel said that the kids don't even like going over to Destiny's. Out of the mouths of babes,
Mm.
You
they
know
said that they
what?
didn't
Well,
like Destiny. They
Yeah,
that
said
you're
they
is
didn't
right.
like they
true.
didn't like going over there.
Yeah,
That
they
they
don't
were
even like
young
you.
kids. You guys realize that was
Yep,
what
a
two,
couple
three
years.
years
Yep,
ago when
they
those
said they
kids
didn't like.
said that.
Yep,
I
yep.
don't blame them.
Yeah.
I don't
And
blame them.
then Tisha saying they trying to destroy her marriage.
Oh
She's
God.
not remembering that.
Wow.
Well, she needs to remember how Marceau was taking money over the coleslaw for Martell,
He was
Mm.
down with it.
enabling his cheating and
Yes.
his destroying of that marriage.
Yes.
She
So
knew.
where's
Absolutely.
the accountability for that
Yes.
part?
Because she
Like,
knew. She knew.
yeah, like I mean, I'm just baffled of how Mel is the cause of all of this, and they're not looking at the men. Destiny went over to Credit None and got no help from
Uh-uh.
Maurice, and
Not credit none.
Not
Credit
credit
None because
none. Credit
I
none.
don't think nobody's credit has been fixed fooling with him.
No,
Period.
Uh,
no.
So
Can I say one thing about that too?
yeah.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me
I
now? Because
can,
my
I
head.
can, but
Okay.
before you do, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Before
Okay.
you
Go
do,
ahead.
just being real, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. And that was you, right, Dee Dee, that was talking?
Yes, that was me.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, she got help. Now, what I believe with the Scots, because like I said, she's a user.
Yep.
So if she gotta perform some special treats, she gotta perform special treats. She gotta do
Uh-oh.
what she gotta do to get she that's the kind of person she comes off to be. That's
Mm-hmm.
why she's so silent all the time. She can't say anything about her life because we will all be disgusted if we
Yep.
knew
She
what
got.
she really was.
She done
That's
did
So
some.
true.
she tries to hide it
She done did
and
some
just
dirty
have a good
deeds.
girl
Yep.
image. Yeah.
Yeah.
That so she got help. That's why he laughed. That's why on the stage, why was Maurice so quick to get? Don't say that. Who
Oh,
are
he need
you?
to
Why
shut
would
up.
you even
Yeah, he
say that
did
to
shut her
her?
down. He shut her
Why would
down.
you? But why would you do that? That's not your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, because he has that power over her because they got something going on too. When you
Mm-mm.
read the room, you read the room.
Destiny ain't.
Tisha, she grew up the same kind of way like Destiny and Stormy. That's why they all get along. It's not in a
Mm-hmm.
good way. They all have issues with self-esteem. They don't even know friendship for real, for real. When you listen to Kiki's interview and how she talked about the relationship between her and Tisha, when you really listen to it, it's really sad.
But
She
these,
has spent so many years trying to make this girl happy and she can't.
but these people were never Mel's friends. They were
No,
No,
just.
they were
no.
Martell's
It's
They're
friends.
bigger than
Martell's
Melody.
friends.
Yeah, it's
It's bigger than
obvious.
Melody.
Those
It's
Yeah.
are
bigger
his
than
ratchet
Melody.
friends.
Those were his
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
It's
Because,
And
like
yeah.
John,
someone
that
said
he
earlier, we all have probably, I have a few lifelong
right,
friendships, but I've had friendships
right,
that ended for whatever
right.
reason. Is no hard feelings. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Right.
Exactly.
No talking
Exactly.
behind their back. Is no telling their
Right.
business,
Exactly.
telling our secrets, or, none of that.
Right.
Nothing.
So, yeah, I agree. They were never her friends,
They
They
ever.
weren't her
wasn't.
friends
No.
because on that movie clip that she did, what's that new movie that she came out with Morris Chestnut and all of them? That movie.
No. Are you talking about Marriage Mansion? But I don't think
Yeah,
Morris was
Marriage
in that
Mansion.
one.
That lady got along with them castmates so good. They were
Oh,
laughing,
yeah.
joking. It was nothing like Letitia and them. It was
Hmm.
nothing like them. She
Because
got
I
along
thought
with
that
them
Weebay
people
wanted
good.
her. I thought that Weebay from The Wire wanted her.
Yes, I
Because he
did
was rubbing
too.
her feet
Right.
and everything. I thought that was gonna be something.
Yeah, he rubbing her feet and everything. Ooh, child.
Well, you know what?
Yes,
One more thing and I'm gone. You cannot put gutter with royalty and think you're
That's
gonna
Exactly.
true.
come out with something good. You just can't
Exactly.
That's
do it.
true.
that's
And
true.
she really gave them too much. She
Yeah.
really,
She did.
really, she's a genuine person, and
Yeah.
I have this problem myself. That's why I'm speaking on it. I've been too nice to people, thinking I can help, but
Yeah.
if they don't value help, they don't value good. It's nothing you can do. You can want it all day for somebody. If they don't want it for themselves, it's nothing you can do.
Especially if
That's
they're users.
right.
Yes,
And I think that that's why Mel is where she is now. She's
Right.
over it. She keeps saying she can be cordial, which means they can do what they did at Stormy's. They all sat there, they talked and all of that, and it was what it was. But as far as anything other than that, she's not interested.
But
Not
they don't want to be
interested.
That's
cordial.
okay. Let me welcome Drop the Mic. Drop the Mic, is this you?
Hey, yeah. How y'all doing,
Hello,
panel? Hey, chit chat.
hello. Thank
Hello.
you for joining
Hey.
us.
Hello.
Let me say my little thing real quick to the 341 watching. Thank you guys so much. And if you can hit the like button for me, I would appreciate it. What's going on? Drop the mic.
Nothing. I wanted to expound on what Dee Dee Star 73 was just saying about destiny and how she will go lower than low to get what she wants.
How low can you go?
How
How
low
low
can
can you
you
go?
go? And I peeped something like Dee Dee said, watch the room. If y'all really peep how Kimmy interacted with Destiny, one thing about a woman, even I ain't gonna say even a young woman, but Kimmy is a woman of a certain age, and one thing she knows and she can spot is 304 a mile away. And
Wow.
I think
Yes,
that
ma'am.
that she don't really see it for Dusty, because she see what she all about, and she don't really want her rocking with her husband and her brother-in-law, and that group. She knows what Dusty is, and that's why when she got her chance to throw her under the bus, Dusty had skid marks on her head.
You sure did. And I agree, especially with what you said as far as, at some point you're just over the BS. And
Yep.
with Kimmy, I believe that that's what's going on with what she's going through in life as well. So she's really over it. And yeah,
Yep.
I feel like she's not checking it for Destiny. She showed that at Madani at that
Yes.
reopening. She's sitting there telling her. Well,
Like,
Chit
what's your
chat, say it
problem?
again. Chit chat. Nobody say that grand reopening like you. Say it again.
Well, now she got a reignite candle that she's
Oh, child, I can.
trying to put out. Girl, down somewhere. We not lighting no candles from you.
We not.
Here. But yeah, I think Kimmy is over it. I totally agree with that. I don't know. I see a little. I guess I have to wait. I'll wait and see part 3 of the reunion. But it seemed like Kimmy is trying to come back into her own, like she was initially, and I'm hoping we do that. I'm hoping we see that. I'm sorry.
Right. Because she was a person who had integrity, and she called right and wrong, no matter who it was. And that's why the viewers first liked her, because we said, "Oh, Kimmy gonna stand up for what is right." And she don't care who it is. But for some reason, she just, I guess, trying to make amends. I guess trying to show Tisha that we're gonna be family. With she thought that by just agreeing with whatever. That's why I didn't really like, though. It took Kimmy too long for me to say Mel was her friend. That really rubbed me a little bit the wrong way. It took a little bit too long to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Because when the question was asked, Chit Chat, and I know you've been good to me, there was nothing. Yes, Chit Chat has been good to me.
It ain't no hesitation.
It ain't no hesitation. That's the same thing what Destiny did. She could have said, even if she had a gripe with Mel, she could have simply said, "Well, I know Mel's my girl. That's my friend. She's been good to me, but I don't know where we stand because I haven't been talking to her like that. But I know, she's been good to me." You could have said that but the fact that said that, "Oh, I don't know where our friendship stand." You're wrong. But the problem is they don't have no business. See, Mel is busy. She ain't got time to sit on the phone with you 24 hours a day.
There you
She
go.
ain't got time that. So because you ain't got no business and you just at home or in that beauty shop with nobody there twiddling your thumbs, you want to be on the phone with Melody all day. And she got 4 children and she got multiple business. I cannot wait. Let me say, I don't mean to be petty, y'all, but I cannot wait till she open up this real estate company. Boy, when I tell you she gonna put the date.
No, she's not on the website no more.
No, she's not opening. It was a lie. So
no, I'm talking about Melody.
No, they took her off. She's not on the website no more.
Okay,
no. Ladies, I'm talking about Mel. I cannot wait till Mel open up this real estate. Because remember, she put on the thing. She said, "I want y'all to send me in some names. What should I name my company?" I cannot wait till she start busting that real estate wide open.
And she's gonna have the support. Mel, of course. Mel is doing exactly what she should do with this opportunity.
Yes.
And she hasn't left. I wouldn't leave either because I have a real support that's overshadowing whatever you guys are trying to do. She has the real support.
I'm pretty sure she's the highest paid on here. So I'm pretty sure that. Because I know when she went to the negotiation table, she said to me, she probably said to them people, "Excuse me, I am the whole show," because that's all they talk about. So you got to pay me. And I'm pretty sure they had to put some extra zeros on there. She getting paid. Trust me. She the highest paid, I'm pretty sure, on there. And what bothers me about Martell, you know what's going to be sad? When them kids start getting a little older, let me tell you something. Kids love their mother and their father if they got both the parents. But they don't play about their mother. They don't play about their mother. And Tank, that boy, going to have a whole problem with his father about talking about his mama like that. He going to have a whole problem with him.
It's coming. And Martell is laying it on thick. Like I said, I know the man love his kids. But when those kids get of age, they're so mature where you really think that those children are older than they are. Like even Boss Baby in the spelling bee. She's in first grade.
She's smart.
I could have sworn Boss Baby was in like third grade.
Me too.
Me too.
Mariah is just turning what? 12?
11 or
No,
11, I
that's
think,
right,
or 12.
11, I think, or something.
She's
They're
smart
so
11.
children.
mature and smart that, but once they hit 13, 14, them two oldest ones, Martell is going to hear it. He's
Yes,
going to
Yeah.
he
hear
is.
it. What
Yes,
he
he
did
is.
to their mother was wrong. And when they have full access to the internet and they're able to search and all of that, it's gonna be a wrap. They're gonna love their daddy, but
Yeah.
they will treat him accordingly.
Yeah.
You
Because
know?
him,
Chit Chat,
because him,
Chit Chat,
because,
I want to say to you, Chit Chat, that I really, really respect and honor you. I want to give you your flowers
Oh,
because
Renata.
you are. I feel like when I listen to you, I feel like you a big sister. I feel like I could just call you up on
Oh,
the telephone and just say,
yes.
and you gonna keep it real. You get, even when you cut the folks up, you cut them up with you give it to them, but you give it to them with love, almost like I'm telling you you're wrong, but you need to get your stuff together, and I still love you.
Oh,
That's what you do. So when he
That's
get on to
nice.
Maurice, whatever he talking about, trying to give
thank
y'all some
you.
criticism, y'all are all very fair. They just don't like the fact that they want y'all to say something negative about Mel, but what you people are asking them and saying, y'all saying she's all of this, so tell us what she's done. Just
Yeah,
tell us. And then
yeah.
once you tell us, then I can make a further assumption. But nobody's saying nothing.
I
Well,
want to
Yeah.
she
know. I
said
want
in
to
the
know.
interview they don't air it.
Huh?
I want to know. I want to
She
know
said
why.
today they don't air it.
Who
Who
said
said
that?
that? Destiny?
Destiny on
Come on
Anthony's
now.
interview, it sounded like she said when that question was asked, she said, "Well, it didn't make it to the show."
She a
Okay, well, if
liar.
it didn't make it to
She
the
a
show,
liar.
you tell it. You're on
Mm-mm.
YouTube. You're giving an interview, so tell it. If it
Right.
didn't
Tell
make
it.
it on this,
Right. Right.
That's yes.
She a
Let
liar.
me
That's
let
why.
me let me say this to Tweety Bird. She wants me to say the Riri. There you go, Tweety Bird.
Can I just say this, and
Nobody
I'm
say
going to
it
go
like
ahead
you,
and
Chit
drop
Chat.
down? I just want to add one thing, and I'm going to drop down before I go to bed. Um, I just want I just want people to understand,
Mm-hmm.
what legacy are you leaving behind? What is your name going to stand for
Oh yeah.
in the future? Like, they all have children. Your children are going to look up Love and Marriage Huntsville because they're going to be proud that their parents were on a reality TV show or on TV or their celebrity. But then the vile, nasty things that they've done, they've participated in, that's what you want your kids to be. You remember you as Marceau, uh, embedding, a cheater, and helping Martell cheat, Maurice with his, causing Kimmy all the pain for that
Mm-hmm.
her son never to have seen his mom cry before.
Yeah.
Like, what things? Like, come on. I just want to honor my mom's memory and be just like her. So I guess
Mm,
I just try to be the best person that I can be, and
mm.
never want to, cause hurt or harm to anyone that I come across, and want to
Shame.
spread light and love. But I don't see that happening. This show could have provided so much positivity to
Yes.
the masses of those black
Yes.
entrepreneurs and
Mhm.
people who want to go into
Yes.
business, as into the real estate business. Like, like, I guess, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't
Yeah.
know. Y'all
I
have a
agree
good
with
night.
you.
I'm gonna drop down
Well,
and,
I
and
thank
listen.
you. Thank you so much for
You're
joining us.
welcome. Love
And
you all. Love you.
all
Love
right,
you.
love you too. Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
night.
I
Good
agree with that.
night.
I think with Carlos being the main executive producer of this and the creator,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, it's been downhill ever since. And like a lot of people say, his history from just the Bravo shows, it's like, he's talented, but he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know how to change things around. Number one, Mel is outnumbered. She's
Right.
outnumbered. It's too many of one family. Now,
Right.
if you wanted a family show, give them a family show. But as far as this show, he should have brought in new couples, just like the Samuels left Love and Marriage DC. Bring in somebody else, then we wouldn't have this same dynamic over and over again.
Some black
Right.
excellence.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Chit Chat, let me ask you a question. Going
Mm-hmm.
back to I forgot who made the statement about making a point about Marsu handing over money. If Tisha had any intelligence, if your husband was so against cheating and all of that,
He
Why
wouldn't have
would he be involved in
Yep.
helping Martell? You don't think that's a red flag to you?
Exactly.
Because
She
if my
does.
husband, she knows. You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
She knows. You're
Oh
right.
yeah, she knows, but she's choosing to ignore and just act like just like she did so long with nothing ever happened, and then we find out about the picture and all of that. But
And you know
you
what's
know,
funny? She busted her own self out. That was what was hilarious. Kiki didn't
well,
even
as
get a
far as
chance to
that,
say it if she wanted to say it. She
yeah.
told it because she didn't know where Kiki was going with that.
Oh yeah, she knew the time had come, and look, like somebody else said, I think it was Keontae earlier, and it's not just women. A lot of people have experienced being cheated on. They've been the
Yes.
cheaters. And so it's
Yes.
not like that this is something new. And if you
Right.
decide to stay, that's your business.
That's your
Like I put
business.
about, right, like I put about Mel in response to Funky Dyneva. She was married to Martell.
Thank
She had
you.
3 other
That
babies.
part right there, chit chat. That
Yeah,
part right there. That was her whole husband. You don't even have
exactly.
the
That
same
was her
energy.
husband. Period.
Thank you. That part right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, so if she's trying to honor her vows, and hey, they going to church. They was doing everything at that time. Even Martell said it. They in counseling. They going to church. He's praying like he got a bad omen on him or whatever
He
the
did
hell
say
he
that.
believed.
He
Yeah,
did.
but hey, she gave him a shot. She believed him when he said it was over. So I don't blame Mel for that. And then once she
Nope.
saw he was still on that same BS, she was out of there.
But
Right.
where's
You
the
know, so
outrage for? But hold on. They outraged at a woman who's married to a man having a baby, but ain't
I,
nobody outraged at a side chick went and
at
had a
the
whole
side
baby.
chick, at the side chick, period. So yeah,
But
and then
That
Letitia,
part.
but Letitia has the symptoms of a side chick. She acts like a
Uh-oh.
side chick because they're the only ones that is
mm,
okay with their man cheating. They know he was cheating when they met him, and they're okay with him cheating. That's side chick behavior.
Do y'all
that's
think
it.
Kimmy was a side chick? Do y'all think Kimmy was a side chick?
I
Let
think
me
so
Yeah,
too
I
because
do.
these two
put
women,
up some allegedly's up here.
these
Go
two,
ahead.
these two women are. They're okay with these men cheating, and no matter what you tell them, they stay with them. They know they're cheating.
Yeah,
That's side chick behavior to me. That's
yeah.
my
And you
opinion.
know what? I think that it was confirmed in a nonverbal way when they were in Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's when Martell said, well, Marceau is the one that said it.
Uh-huh.
Marceau,
Exactly.
and
And
then
and
the other cuckoo brother, he been said it.
Okay,
That
he did.
and Tisha brung Kiowa on the show
Yes, she
to
did.
to to
Yes,
out.
she did.
That's how you know she's a nasty little
Yes,
Cruella
she did.
Deville,
yeah.
because she was so mad at Kimmy for not lying with her that season
Yep.
before, that she orchestrated Kiki to come on the show.
Girlfriend, you better go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, not Kiki.
Kiowa.
Kiowa, to
Mm-hmm.
come on the show to out that Kimmy was a side chick. Tisha is a little demon. I'm
You
telling
better go
you.
ahead and tell what you speaking facts,
Mm-hmm.
honey. It's all there on the fact. The videotape proves it. Ain't nothing you
It's
said was a lie.
there.
Ain't nothing
It's
you just said
there.
was a lie.
Yep, that's so true. Let me bring Kimbella up, guys. Give me 1 second. Kimbella? Kimbella? Going once. Kimbella? Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Kimbella, I just removed her. But go ahead. Was that you, Renata, that was talking?
No, I was agreeing with the young lady. I was telling her she was preaching it because you sat on there with Maurice's ex-wife to then try to out and try to call her this side chick and all of that.
Sure did.
And then so you mad. But the thing, see, people, this what kills me about people. It's all right for you to do things to people, but when somebody do it back to you, it's a whole outrage. So now you mad because
Mhm.
Melody was on the phone. I'm glad she lit Carlos up and said you was on the phone.
You
See,
were
because
on the
Carlos
phone.
playing both sides. Carlos
Yep.
playing both sides. He over there in Melody ear because he knows she the cash cow.
Doesn't he
And
always?
he trying to keep her on the show. Melody ain't gonna be there but too much. If she come back after this season, I will be shocked.
She ain't coming back. No.
You don't think so?
Not after
It's
this
sure
season.
not
Not
coming
after this
back.
season. No. I think she'll be
Mel want
syndicated.
that
She'll be syndicated.
100. Yeah, she wants to be syndicated. That's it.
Right. She'll be
Yeah.
syndicated. Once she gets syndicated, she's set for life. She won't even need the
Now,
Okay.
show
do
no
you
more.
guys really think that she's gonna leave? I don't see Mel leaving. I'm sorry. I
Let me
think
tell
Me
you why I
neither.
don't see her
that,
leaving.
give me
But I
one
don't
Because
think
second,
it's gonna
she
Renata.
got a
be.
bit of petty in her like me. I'm
Right,
gonna
but
make my
give
presence
me 1 second,
irritate you.
Renata. Give me 1 second. What I
Okay.
think that first of all, Mel is collecting a check.
I
This
know
is
that's right.
this is income for her, her
That's right.
kids, and all of that. Number
Okay.
two, this is her creation, her
Right.
baby. And I think that what she's gonna do is she's gonna force them to change what's going on. I
Okay.
don't see Mel leaving.
Mel
You
just
know?
say, Mel just say when God tell her to go, she'll go.
Yeah, she did say that. Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, I don't disagree with what you said, Chit Chat, but here's what I think. I think she's weighing her options. I think
Okay.
that Mel is smart enough. The same way she pitched her show to Carlos, she has enough fan power and fan base now
Thank you.
that if she went to another network and pitched another show about herself
Oh yeah.
and whatever she wants, you know what I'm saying? That they
Okay.
might bite, and then she could say, y'all can have this ratchetness,
Thank
do
you.
what you will with this, and I'm gonna go over here
That's
with
true.
another. I think that she's so
Exactly.
the same way she rebuilt herself, losing
Yeah.
everything after
Yeah.
divorcing Martell. I
Yeah.
think she has that staying power to rebuild
Mm-hmm.
herself in another way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's just looking for the right opportunity in the right
Okay.
moment.
Exactly.
That's why she's continuing to engage her millimeters, her
Yeah.
fan base, and she's just sitting back and letting them
Destroy.
destroy themselves.
Exactly.
You
Okay.
better believe that those executives are watching all
Oh
of this
yeah.
play out, and you better believe that they know who brings in the money, and they
Okay.
are
Uh-huh.
going to bet on black. Okay, and that's
Speak your
Because
mind,
Melody.
because
girl. Go
what is it
ahead.
about?
And
Go
that's
ahead.
When it's
Melody.
a dollar bill, ain't it about that dollar bill for them
Go
Oh,
ahead.
for
executives?
sure.
Go ahead.
And not only are they watching their ratings and this, they know when it goes down, they know when it goes up and all that. But the producers and all of that, they're on social media as well. So they see who has the support. But I do agree with you, drop the mic. Mel could go somewhere else tomorrow, if you ask me.
I'm
And
telling you.
somebody will pick her up and give her that opportunity. She has her own production company. She
She,
can start doing something herself.
she's a
But
star. She's a
And
right.
star.
that's why Carlos is hating on her so much from the sideline,
Let me
because
say
he knows that Mel got the capability to really reinvent herself and just move on from this nonsense.
Yeah.
So he's really, I think that's why he's trying to position the Scots, but they're so ghetto and so low brow and
And
hood.
aggressive.
He Yeah, he's trying to get them to talk. He's trying to get them to step up and do what Melody has stepped up and did for the last 5 seasons, but they won't do it. And when they have to do it and forced to do it, you would think that somebody's torturing them. Like you said, Tisha falling out on the couch and he got to tell
Girl,
her sit her
no.
simple self up. She
Huh.
clapping her hands. Tisha, listen,
Ghetto.
they
Ghetto.
can't. Yeah, he's trying to get them to come into their characters, but they're so hood that they
So
can't
hood.
do it. And
So
so
hood.
what's ended up happening is Melody sitting back and she's watching and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
told you. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna be able to do it. But I think that she would want them to do it, because I think if she could salvage the show and stay on and be
She
cordial
would.
with them, she would. But they are so hood and so low brow
And
that they
jealous.
will never. Yeah, that jealousy spirit is very, very strong, and
Yep.
they'll
Yep.
never be able to they'll never be able to just coexist with her because they
No.
hate her. They hate her because they ain't her so much. So yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I think Carlos is starting to see it. So he's trying to position it. He's trying to salvage it, but at the same time, he probably like, man, these dummies, they gonna bite their nose to spite their face, which is exactly what they're doing.
And Melody
Yeah.
threw out a hint.
Well,
And
you know
Melody threw
what,
out a hint.
guys? It's bigger than Carlos. Now, I get that
okay.
Carlos is the producer and the creator, but Carlos is
Uh-huh.
on someone else's
That's
network.
right.
And I think
Exactly.
that the network, the big wigs and all of that, Mel sort of hinted around to it as far as them having a meeting and all of that. And I think that they're more invested in her than they are
They
this
are.
the
They
other.
are. Yep.
You know,
They
Yep.
are.
so
Yep.
I see them forcing Carlos. That's why Carlos keeps saying the original six. It's something that's magical when you guys come together.
Oh no.
That's what he's trying to get back to.
Ain't gonna
You know,
happen. Ain't gonna happen.
and yeah,
Because
either they
that's what he pitched.
yeah, for sure. That's what he pitched, and it went downhill.
Yep.
And But as far as Mel, I think it's number one, we all know it's totally her decision.
That's right.
And I told her that when I joined her on her live last week. Look, as
Okay.
long as you're on the show, I'm watching.
That's
As
right.
long as she's been saying, guys, like when the blackout happened or whatever, and then she asked everybody, well, if you guys could watch, that's a clue, that's a hint. So she's trying to tell her supporters, look, I'm good, I'm here.
Exactly.
For the show. And when you
I'm
do
gonna tell
that,
you what happened.
go ahead.
They had that meeting, and them people in the meeting said, well, Mel, could you do us a favor and tell your people to watch the show?
Oh, for sure. Because we suffering. But like Tweety Bird said, she also said that Mel is basically doing what she did with her divorce. Mel planned that out perfectly.
Yes, she
She was
did.
saying, I'm not jumping out here and hey, I gotta go live in an apartment. I gotta go do this. I gotta do that.
Yeah.
So she did strategize and
Yeah.
laid out her plan. And that's what
Yeah.
she's doing with this show as well. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
And Melody did say at one of her interviews, I forgot which blogger it was, that she would love for her mother to come to Huntsville to live, but she said that she don't want to have her station in Huntsville because she might decide to live in LA.
Right.
So she said something like that.
One
So
of the
it sounded to me
questions I
like
asked her.
she planning.
Yep, that was one of the questions I asked her, and I see that for Mel. You know,
Me too.
It's just so excuse me, unfortunate because number one, she can't move because of Martell.
I know,
and you know that's pitiful in itself.
right?
And that he's doing that just for control. So that's why Martell's Instagram page is just filled with things about his kids. Number one, he wants the court to be able to see that I have nothing else going on in my life. All I'm thinking about is my kids, and it's all BS.
It's BS because he better hope because he better hope that they don't. The police. He better hope the police don't find out that he hacked her phone. He better hope that.
Oh yeah.
He better hope that it don't trace back to him.
What I say, Renata?
You
That's
say, girl, nobody says it like you. You said he want the courts to think that's all he got is his kids. He ain't thinking about nothing else.
You know it's the truth, but Mel is strategizing on that front as well. It's
Wait
like,
a minute,
dude. I could take care of my kids and you.
So wait a minute. Who y'all think?
Say I'm not capable.
Did he
Who
hack
do y'all
her phone?
think wanted to use for car service at the reunion? Who do y'all think it was?
The Scots.
I think
You
it was
think so?
Martell.
It's the
I think it
Scots.
was Martell.
I heard it was the Scots.
You think it was Martell?
Allegedly.
I think it was Martell.
I heard it was the Scots allegedly.
Who did what?
Because he ain't
She
paying.
did say they. She did say they wanted to use my
She
car.
did say that.
It was the Scots.
Said they.
And the person and the people that she's talking about said they'll pay. The second time they asked, they said we'll pay for the ride, and she was like, no. And we know Martell ain't paying for nothing. So
yeah.
It was the
But
Scots.
why they couldn't use the transportation from the that the show
From
gave
the
them?
show. That's what
But
I was.
why you riding on
the show? Probably had him in a shuttle bus.
and why you riding on somebody else's dime? You
But
you
didn't
can't
y'all say
stand
y'all
this lady.
can't stand her? Didn't y'all say y'all don't like this lady?
They said they hate her. So
Oh
why
my
they
The audacity. The
The
audacity.
audacity
A
for me.
lot of people feel like it was, and I meant to go back and tape that and put some screenshots. I'll do that tonight. But a lot of people were saying that the limo not the limo, the SUV that Marcel and Tisha got out of was one of Mel's cars. And it wasn't because Mel made sure that guy did not take the money, all of that. She said no.
Because the second time Mel said she came downstairs from wherever she was in the hotel, wherever she was at, she said she came downstairs and told him no the second time. That you cannot take them nowhere. She said let them find their own way to get there.
She did. She did.
The audacity.
Simply Beautiful. Is this you?
It's me.
Hey.
Hey. Hi, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, how are
Thank
you?
I'm good.
Have you been listening in? Hey, Tyra.
I just jumped in. I was actually taking care of something for work.
Got you.
But I heard the tail end of this conversation.
Well, baby, it's been a lot going on this week.
Oh, yeah. I heard.
What do you think Simply Beautiful about Funky Dyneva?
I thought he was out of line. I felt like he was put up to do
That's
this.
what I feel like, Laura.
I felt like it was a personal attack. Because when he said, I don't F with Mel,
Yes,
I said,
ma'am.
that sounds personal.
That was personal.
And when he went into why, I was like, for a guy who doesn't watch the show anymore, Well, clearly you don't watch the show if you keep thinking that Mel is the one trying to ruin this girl's marriage.
Exactly.
Mel doesn't mention the marriage unless Tisha brings it up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Facts.
I was confused. Like a lot of people keep saying, "Well, Kiki ain't shit." Look, sometimes,
Just the words,
oh,
please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sometimes I understand a get back. You can't tell my business and then expect for me to keep your secret. And I honestly don't think Kiki said anything that was too damaging,
No, she
other
didn't.
than she vindicated Mel. That's it.
That's all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
But
that's what the problem is because she
yeah,
vindicated Mel. That's
yep.
the problem.
Yeah.
And you're right. Tisha hates Mel for whatever reason because
Girl,
clearly it's
I'm
it's.
over.
Jealousy.
I,
But they all can do that. Let me tell you something. Kimmy made a statement on the
DD
reunion that was
Stars, this you?
oh,
I'm sorry, Renata.
Oh,
that's
DD
yes,
okay.
it
Star?
is. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to remove this overlay. Okay, go ahead, Renata. I'm sorry.
Kimmy made a statement on a reunion that was so true. Being an entrepreneur is harder than working a 9 to 5. That
mm-hmm.
woman gets up and go and just you. I mean, just probably have so many sleepless nights, and that's what she says sometimes. She says sometimes she's so tired, but she got to get up and do it because she's gonna do this for her kids. She's gonna get a legacy. She's not gonna let her divorce and whatever happens stop her. Y'all can do the same thing, and y'all have a partner. So, having two is better than one sometimes. Well,
Yep.
we thought it was with Martell. We come to find out he wasn't doing nothing.
Not gonna be
But
by
okay.
yourself. Exactly.
Maybe Mel will give him a job. Y'all think Mel will give him
Oh
a job,
No,
Mel?
absolutely not.
Give who a job?
Absolutely
Give
not.
Martell a job at her
Girl,
company.
Give
bye.
that tight
No,
pants wearing.
ma'am.
Oh no.
So
That's
he
the
can,
same
so he
man
can
who
use
said
Say
her
he.
what?
funds on coleslaw and little Maverick Knox or whatever that little boy
Y'all
name
wouldn't
is.
give him a job?
No,
No.
Girl, no.
Not
absolutely
at
not.
No.
all.
That
No,
man
sir.
sat on national television and basically said he made her. So why
That's a
don't you go
lie.
find yourself a job then, buddy?
How come his friends ain't helping him though?
Thank you.
What Martell hasn't figured
They
out yet,
is.
they are laughing at him and they are happy he going through what he had going through
For
because they were
sure.
always jealous of them. He has not figured out that yet. And so he's
No.
still sticking with them and he going against Mel. But y'all can't see that. Let me tell you something. At some point, y'all need to see that this woman is winning. At some
She's
point, y'all
winning.
need to say y'all ain't doing nothing. And let me tell you something. She ain't going nowhere off that show. Even if Carlos wanted her off, them executives like her.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Okay,
That's what I
so
came back to
she's
say.
gonna be just fine.
I,
You
I don't
people
know if I
need to
can
catch
say.
up. Worry
I,
about your business. Worry
I
about
don't
what you
know if
do.
I can say
You
she
know,
ain't never gonna leave, but I don't know.
Tisha got her daughter's got a nail polish line. Why you ain't up there talking about that?
Girl
No,
has
no.
scared of
Mel is
her.
her job. Mel is her job. Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Mel.
y'all
So
hear what Destiny said?
No.
No, what
No.
she
That
say?
she basically tried to say that production makes them talk about Mel and
yeah,
that Mel should be thanking the rest of the cast for
Yes.
she's
keeping
right.
her
You're
relevant.
right. You're right.
Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere,
She's trying to say Carlos is the
Exactly.
one that's giving her that storyline. That's what she's trying to
No,
say.
but how crazy do you have to be to actually try to reason why you've been obsessively talking about one person from season to season and then try to flip the narrative and make it seem like you were doing them a favor by making them the topic of your conversation?
Oh,
Like you
please.
deliberately did it like it was by design because you wanted her to be catapulted into stardom. Like
What
you're
yeah,
not
Jay-Z
making
Whatever.
any
Look,
sense.
what
Whatever.
and
Jay-Z say,
especially
y'all? What's that saying they said if you made me, then make another me?
yep.
Why y'all
But
not
they
doing nothing?
can't.
If y'all made her, how come y'all ain't doing nothing?
and especially when you
Exactly.
don't have and especially when you don't have that many scenes, you should be filling your few scenes that you get with your stuff because you're not going to be seen much.
She
Mm.
ain't got
So
So
why?
nothing.
every time you
Amen.
have a scene, you talking about Mel, talking
Yeah.
about
Carlos
your stuff.
embarrassed her in front of millions of people and told her, "You have nothing to offer this show.
You
Nothing.
wasn't
Nothing."
enough. You wasn't
Nothing.
enough.
But
Yeah.
You
can
wasn't enough. The
QT
production is saying you difficult. The production people is complaining about you saying you difficult.
Yeah.
And she should have been gone then. So that's my question. Why keep giving Destiny a chance to do nothing?
because
Cause
She's not
it's
she'll
gonna
do
another
do
person
nothing.
whatever,
against
Because
because
Mel.
she'll do
We
whatever
see
it takes.
yep,
Carlos. We see
Destiny will
She'll
do
Carlos.
do
It's
anything
whatever.
another
for a
person.
check.
It's
Mm-hmm.
another person against Mel. We see you, Carlos. We
Oh
see you.
yeah.
But can I
We
say
see you.
this? Can I say this? Don't
Mm-hmm.
underestimate Mel's power with this show.
Exactly. Thank
And
you.
I'm gonna
Amen.
tell you why.
That's what I said.
They're
Did
on
Thank you.
OWN network, and even though Carlos is Carlos, one thing they are known for is representing Black women experience.
That's right.
So therefore, if Mel really put her foot down, she can take everybody off the show, revamp it, and they will keep her because they understand what the show is doing. Believe me, they're hearing what's going on in the streets. They know. So that's why she's untouchable to that degree. And that's another reason why they're mad, because they do understand that. Because remember when Martell and Mel walked in that restaurant, like the power couple they were on the first season. They commanded all the attention at the table. Every last one of them at the table was like, almost want to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You could see it on their face.
Everybody has turned. Everybody.
Yes. So they really do know what it is. It's just that when they try, they have to take their jabs when they can, because they don't want to seem like that they are beneath her like they really are. They want to play the game, you know.
And I'm so glad that you brought that scene up, Dee, because it was just powerful.
Yeah.
They're at the head, they're the head of the table. You got the others sitting on the side. And that's what I don't like about Martell, because I think that Mel extended him. Mel peaked game last season.
Yep.
Yes.
What the
Yes.
everybody else was trying to do. So she extended an olive branch to Martell. Hey, come to Destin. It's gonna be for the kids. Let's try to co-parent the right way. Let's also regain and take I'm not gonna say regain for Mel, because she still got her position.
Exactly.
But try to bring him back up.
But you know one thing too, but Mel has been his wife. She know if she really wants to, she can put Martell right back in check like they were before all of this craziness came about. She just don't want to no more.
Right.
If she wanted to, she know how to put Martell in check for real.
She flexed her muscle at Madani. She showed every last Scott that if I wanted him back on my team permanently, I can do it.
That's right. Martell ran out that door, held the door for it.
Yep.
All eyes was on them.
And he was like a whole child in Destin, giddy. He was acting more childish than the poor children. They couldn't even be childlike on the beach because he was too happy and giddy. It was really, it was funny to watch, really.
It was. You know what? See, the way my patty is set up, but she can't do that. I just act like I want them back, just for the sake of the show.
And that's the point.
Y'all ain't doing it. But see, Mel already know. Martell will take that, and my goodness.
Oh, God.
Believe it. He gonna think it's true. But girl, please, I would have been act like I wanted him back.
But the only problem with that too, you got that outside influence. That's on social media that's reckless as well. So it's like she's playing a real she playing the game for real when you really look at it. She understands her position on the show. She understands the problems that she has with her husband and these so-called friends of hers. But then at the same time, she understands her children are affected. She knows. So she has to play the thin line. If you notice, like even when she is giving tea, she do it in such a way where you got to kind of think about it. Wait a minute, did she just shade somebody? Because when I was in that Twitter and she was tweeting live and she said, so who do you think brought props? I couldn't think of nobody. I really would have never thought it was Tisha because I didn't think she was smart enough for that. She was asking those kind of questions, putting it out there so that when we'll be prepared when it happen. So she knows how to play the game. And now she done been in Hollywood enough to know and see with her own production company. I wouldn't be surprised.
Mel is always 10 steps ahead. She's always 10 steps.
Something else.
Very strategic. Very. And real quick, guys, let me say, Monica McCoy, thank you so much for the super chat. I missed it, but I see it up top, and you put Team Mel. Yes, Team Mel. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mel is very strategic, and just like you just said, Dee, I think she's also thinking in advance as far as what we were just talking about. Her kids are going to have access to the internet and all of that, so she's trying to keep it cute for that reason. So she got it in her. Mel has it in her. And if she wanted to stoop down to their level and get gutter, she can do that.
Mel
But
already.
you
He
know,
does when she come at them for real. Notice how they act. Like Marceau when she said, "If this what we was gonna talk about, you could have told me this over the phone." He
exactly.
was looking at him with
Talking
a
about
straight face,
right,
and he
talking
couldn't
about his
even hardly
brother.
look her in the eye. He didn't know what to
Mhm.
say.
Like
He
Mel
was
said,
so embarrassed that he
Mel
brought
said
that
when
to her.
when she start making all them faces, that means she ain't checking for you. She
She
said,
not feeling you.
Is
Yep.
it
They
okay if
know.
I say
They know.
something?
hmm.
Oh no, I wanted to say that I think that Melody is finally approaching the idea of knowing that this is a job and
Oh,
there's nothing any more deeper than that. And they have a problem because they're too emotional when it comes to Melody. And
mhm.
if they were business minded like they say they were, they wouldn't be going out here with tactics, having somebody trying to be their mouthpiece, trying to use reverse psychology on the masses to turn around and think that they need their approval to be a real blogger. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
these people are here playing the game, but they're playing the game on a elementary school level.
Oh my God.
And
So
Go
elementary.
ahead.
Melody is on a whole nother level of that, and
Sure
she's
is.
not even looking at them in that. Like she's like when she said, like you already said, when I get together, we can be cordial with each other. We don't have to be rude to one another. We don't have to hate each other. We're
Right.
basically, she's like, here, we're here to get a check. You
Ain't
say
Co-worker.
you're
checking
a
for
single
you no
mom, you don't
more.
want to be on welfare anymore. You say you want your business and everything. This is your opportunity to redo your reputation. This is, you know how respectable that you would have, because our community, we're not biased people. If Destiny was to turn around today and say, hey, I'm going to focus on myself, my
Yes.
child, my business, I'm going to show a little bit more of myself and be honest and not talk about Melody at all. Make it her New Year's resolution, right?
Mhm.
If she was to do that, I bet you 100% a majority of the people that are on this right here listening right now would congratulate her for that. They
Yeah.
wouldn't tear her down as a woman because at the end of the day, it's the goal to be like, be able to be respectable. You don't have to be best friends, but you don't have to turn around and tear somebody down because
Yeah.
they're not in that space and place that they used to be. And you don't have access to them like you used to.
I
They're
agree.
making it into a battle and it's a TV show.
Yeah.
And
But
you
Destiny
know
They,
not
And
they
gonna
what?
do
we
that.
can also apply that to Martell, because hey,
yeah.
whatever
Yes.
happened is over, is done, they're divorced. But I do think that, like you just said, if he was to just, hey, co-parent, no disrespect, and everybody would be able to get along. But they can't do it. It's too much deep-seated hatred. Because
What's that
I
noise?
agree, there's been times that I just said it about Maurice this past Saturday that I felt a lot of people didn't. I agree with what he said as far as because that's something that's really serious, what Kimmy is going through. I would never shade her on that. I would never make fun of it. It could happen to
Oh
any one of us. We have family members that may have experienced that. So that's it.
And he
I
make me
agree.
sick.
Yeah, but
Boy, he
I
I
make
didn't
me
like
agree
the
sick.
with him
tactic in
in
which
that
he
moment.
used that way of making that moment. Like,
I
it
agree
would
with
have
that.
been one situation if he was like genuinely saying, hey,
Please.
this is a moment that we need to realize, and using that narrative in another way instead of trying
I
to use it
get
as
it.
a tactic
And then in the
to make
same breath,
Melody like
yeah, yeah.
But he
reconsider
was
hanging
using
around
it
them.
against all of them, though. But I totally get what you're saying, and I agree.
Yeah.
He did use it as a tactic, but he was talking to them all. He was talking to Marceau and Tisha. He was talking to Mel. He was talking to Destiny. It
Oh
was
yeah.
right after Kimmy and Destiny I got finished going head to head. But I get it. I get it.
And
But
then turn
I
around
thought
and
he had said it right after Melody said she wasn't going to hang out with them anymore.
yeah, she ain't dealing with them no more. She not dealing
Well,
with
And
them no
once she
more.
another thing
said that and it went
that
quiet,
bothered
then he
me.
said the Kimmy thing.
And then he
mm,
turns around right after that and says, "Oh, I'm guilty of looking at ASS. I'm
Okay,
guilty of
but
looking
you
Huh.
at
know what else
the
that
booty."
really bothered me about that
Please.
situation with Kimmy? You knew she was sick before you came on this reunion show. The disrespect he showed her on that stage was horrible when you know your wife is that sick. The
mm-hmm.
way he was talking, the way he acted
Very disrespectful.
in her
Very disrespectful.
face when he said that, well, if that's cheating, then I'm
I'm
guilty.
I'm
guilty.
guilty. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He
Yep.
had no respect for her. So if her illness meant so much to him, he should have been the main one on the stage with a closed mouth. Because he don't
Exactly.
have much to contribute anyway. He didn't have
Exactly.
no
Exactly.
storyline the whole season until she was able, her sickness came about. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, we didn't even think about him.
That's
So
true.
he could have at that moment what he said, I agree with you, QT. That was cool what he said. However,
It meant nothing.
you can't say that when you disrespected your wife yourself in front of all of us.
Exactly.
It didn't mean nothing
It didn't
because it
mean
wasn't a
nothing.
real statement.
Didn't mean nothing.
Yeah, he did. He did. You know, it's sad. I don't even think that much has changed in their household behind the scene and behind the cameras, even with Kimmy being sick. And you know what I didn't care for was it was like when she announced this and all of that, she was really trying to make sure Maurice was okay instead of her own son Jalen.
And
Like
they
for
said
you wanted to
something too.
come and that said a whole lot to me. I
It
mean, I
did.
was like, are you serious?
Yeah,
That boy
and
saying I want
that's
you to
why.
come to the appointments and me and Maurice need to work this out. And she basically shut him down. I didn't
But
get that.
but I feel like that's because that's who Maurice has been to her child. Let me tell you, and just a little bit about my story. I've had two stepdaddies, both of them was horrible, and my mama could not see it. She loved them. You had children before these people came in your life, but you say, "Oh well, my husband," because that's what a lot of women do. Sad to say, and that's exactly this. This boy grew up with his mother only. They was in the trenches together. You mean to tell me this man could come in at the time that you are one of the most sickest you probably ever been in your life, and you
Yes.
just put your son to the side like he was nothing? It would have been different if she had said, you know, I would love for you to play a part in this too. You my only child. That's her only child. This
Absolutely.
is not like she
Only
got a
child.
whole bunch of kids.
And it was only her and him for so long.
Yes. He don't watch you bust your butt, you know, do everything for him. This would be the one thing he could give back to his mother. You took that
Yes.
from him. And guess why she had to not let him enter? Because of Maurice, because of his ego, because it would have hurt his feelings, because he would have been having an issue with it, because evidently they've always experienced this since they've been in this relationship. And that's why when Jalen was talking to Marceau, basically that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He ain't feeling it for Maurice, but he don't have a choice because that's his mother's choice. And it's sad because, you know, I felt that hurt when he was crying to Marceau. I felt that even though that was the wrong person to cry to, I really didn't care for that.
Yeah.
But I felt him on that because he feels helpless. He felt helpless. You're sitting in my face telling me I can't play a part?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Basically,
horrible. That was horrible.
it
And it was
really
horrible
was.
for them to put that on TV too. That was just a horrible
Yeah, because it's like no
situation.
one saw that and said, you know, maybe we shouldn't. You know, I don't know if Kimmy was really going through and just wasn't thinking about it. But to me, it's like I get that Kimmy is older than Maurice. And it seems like, and I'm sorry, Hannah, I see you now. It seems like she's trying to hold on to this younger man at all costs.
Yep.
But your
Yep.
son has been there for 20
Do
plus
you
years.
think?
So yeah, that was crazy. Hannah Grace, is this you?
Yes, hello,
Hey
QT.
Hannah, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying the convo. Y'all are having some great conversations going on. I love it.
Thank you, thank you. And where did Renata go? Renata, I enjoyed you on the panel. If you're still listening, I know it's a little late for some of you guys, but thank you, Renata. But what's up, Hannah? What's your thoughts about what we're talking about?
Yes, I hear y'all talking about Kimmy, and someone said that Maurice had disrespected her on the stage, and I'm not sure if he disrespected her. He may have, but what I see he did was embarrassed her. I don't know if there's a difference, but I think
Very
Kimmy is definitely embarrassed by his actions, the way he treat her and things that he say. It's ridiculous. But like you say, he's trying to use that I mean, I'm not going to say narrative, but he's trying to use her sickness to say, let's all come together.
No.
You didn't have, she was also sick when Miss Wanda was out there acting a fool, but you didn't have it then.
Right.
At Destiny's Place, you weren't saying that same thing then. You know,
Exactly.
so don't play on people's emotions like that. Yes, she has us, you know, is going through. Yes, we feel, you know, for her, have empathy for her, but do not use that, because what you all have done to Melody, and it wasn't just one person, everybody ganged up on this woman. What they did to her was outrageous, and it was, it caused her a lot of distress, I'm pretty sure, for Miss Wanda to be out there disparaging her name, calling her children, talking about her children's hair, trying, basically what they were trying to do was exit this woman, sabotage this woman so she would exit that show and they would take over. They didn't care nothing about her livelihood or anything about her. They just wanted to take over the show. That's it. Point blank, period, and the end.
Yeah. Just judging from some of the comments that Marceau makes, like, oh, well, she won't be successful saying that. And, it's like they are waiting and plotting and doing everything for her downfall. That's what they want. They would have preferred Mel to divorce Martell and living in a basement somewhere with no furniture, they don't want to see what's in front of them. They don't want to accept it now. And it's really sad.
And
but when you throw that out there, go ahead, Hannah.
You see this every day, even on your jobs or whatever. Somebody wants your position and they do everything that they can to take it. They don't care what happens. And like I said, when people do that, and I've seen it all the time. They'll get with the supervisor. In this case, they get with Carlos, and he has no business being on that same level with them. He should put a buffer in between them and say, you need to go to this producer. If you have a problem, do not come to me. But he refused to do that.
But Hannah, and that's when you play dirty, you never win.
That's
right. And you know what, Hannah, it's funny you say that, because when he did his review with Dustin, that's exactly what he said. Producers should not befriend the cast.
He said it.
But that's him all day long.
They walk in contradictions, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them walk in contradictions. Just like, what's her name? Letitia doing the narcissism post, talking about how people, the signs of a narcissist is someone who'll never admit that they're wrong. And I'm like, you're talking about yourself.
Period.
Like, they'll post stuff or say things, and I'm like, the irony of it all is the fact that you're the one who displays those characteristics. You're the very person you're talking about in your post, and you think that you're using a dig to get to somebody else,
Yeah. And you know what I feel about Carlos? When he hosted the reunion last year, I thought it was great up until the point where he said that Mel wasn't enough and coleslaw was the whole restaurant or whatever.
He said
but I felt like, who would be better? They know everything that's going on, so they're able to ask the right questions. But this year, with him hosting the reunion and to see him crying and all of that, it's like, no, they need a new host.
Exactly.
Close. And the tears, that's weird.
He's crying over Martell of all people?
Over Martell.
Right.
Yeah. Oh gosh. This man hacked her phone and everything, and he thinks that they're not going to find out. She went to the police with that, so he better hope that they don't trace it back to him and Destiny.
Well, you know what? Hope. The one thing I'm thinking about with him crying over Martell, even though I agree with everything about Martell, but I think he's crying over him because of the fact, just like all of them, you have potential to be something, and you just can't get out of your own way. No matter how much I have tried, because Carlos is trying to help Martell in so many ways. I mean, come on.
He in love with Melody. He's saying you're obsessed with this woman.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Together. He sees that that has taken over him so much that he can't get out of his own way.
Out of his own way.
Somebody did a video. I can't even remember. I watch everybody's videos where they showed him in his apron with the cookies.
Oh my goodness.
Then they showed him with the wine. Then they showed him with the children's book. Then they showed him with he has so many things that he could have been doing.
Yeah.
But instead, he reverts back to that same behavior. And it is sad. And when you see a person, it is really sad. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But it's sad. It's pitiful.
It is.
Wasting your life.
Yeah, Martell has the it factor to a certain extent. And I'm sorry, Wylette Smith, thank you so much. Let me read her message real quick. The reason I had a problem, my son's father passed with cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. And my son was only 11 months old. So he never got to know him, and that's still hard. Oh, so sorry, Wylette. Yes,
Wow.
sorry to hear that. But oh God, I said that like Tisha and Wanda. Excuse me. Lord
That's a
help me.
hard
I
thing.
said that. But no, Martell, he has star appeal. He has appeal. Let me put it that way. And he is missing out on so many opportunities. I agree with Carlos that he's still in love with Mel. I agree that he's the one that's still holding out hope. We know that he said during the summer the kids are holding out hope. No, you're holding out hope.
Exactly.
And it's a done deal. So now it's really time to do something for you. Sheree is not going to be with Martell in that way.
No, because
She's a
she's
woman
not
of
gonna
a
deal with
particular
those
age.
children.
Right. He got 5 kids.
I heard he
And
moved in her house. I
Can
heard he
you
moved
see?
in.
Can
come
I
on,
ask a
still don't
question?
live in that lady house.
Can
That's
I
what I'm
ask a
saying.
question?
But
Can
hold
you
up,
all
Didi, can I say
see?
something real quick?
Oh, go
Look,
ahead.
look at what Carlos asked, and I hope he follow up. If he said, you know, Martell, I think you still love Melody. What he should have said was, Martell, you have been low down, dirty.
Thank you.
You have treated your wife, your ex-wife, with so much disrespect that you know he should have went in on him first. This man I'm telling you, I cannot see, and this is just me, someone saying that they love someone, or Martell to have treated his family like that. That is just beyond me. He wants to be back in Melody's life. He cannot have access to her. And that is what he has the biggest problem with, because when he had access to her every single day, he disrespected this woman and went over there during the height of a pandemic and put his whole family at risk. This man I'm sorry. Carlos should have called him out for who he really is. And whatever his agenda is for saying this, to put the spotlight back on Melody and Martell as opposed to the Scotts, and what they were trying to do to Melody and Tisha's, she's trying to destroy my marriage and all this, and Destiny, whatever her storyline was. They know they got to change, because Melody let them know, y'all going to get off of me, because I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to start exposing all of y'all butt. And then they have to change the narrative.
And to be honest, Martell disrespects himself. He's not just
That's what I was
Melody.
just about to say.
He
the worst on
disrespects
himself.
himself.
Yes.
Yeah,
He got dragged. I mean, they dragged Martell so bad in that Upscale magazine. They had to turn off the comments in Upscale magazine. That's how bad they dragged him. He make himself look bad. He not making her look bad.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, can I say this about him and Sheree?
Oh God.
That's so funny to me. Because believe me, she's not gonna have that little boy jumping on her couches, running through that house with popsicles, ice cream, candy, jumping up and down, hollering and screaming, playing with the light switch, doing stuff kids do.
Yes.
She's not about to put up with that. She just got her chateau all together in the last few years. You think she's gonna let that little boy come in and destroy it?
But is it true that he moved in with her? I heard he moved in with her.
I think that's only temporarily, so he can try to do what he's another type like Destiny. He gonna do what it takes to drain her dry if he think he can. But she just don't have nothing for him to drain her with.
Exactly.
So that's sad too.
Martell is, in my opinion, Martell is 2 things for Sheree. He's a boy toy, so she probably gonna get a little rocks off, and he's a storyline. He's popular on social media, and people talk about him. They may go viral. They're in that field, you know what I mean, where all attention is good in a sense.
I just don't get. I just don't get. How can a woman sit? And I'm sure she's watched a lot of these shows. She see this man is obsessed with his ex-wife. She see it.
Yeah.
Does it ever cross her mind that he's using her?
Well, she don't care because she using him.
No, she doesn't care. See, I have a question for you though. You said that was disrespecting himself. That's true. But he also disrespected his entire family. And
You're
I know
right.
that's not okay. I
You're
just want
right.
to be
No,
clear
no, no.
on
You're
that.
right. But I'm just saying, whatever you do, when you play dirty, you're never gonna win. And when you try to disrespect somebody else, you only disrespect yourself in the long run. You know,
Yeah.
nothing he said has
Hey.
turned these fans against Melody. Nobody's gonna turn against Melody, and that's what he's tried to do. And Melody said that. She said he wants to turn everybody against me, so that way I don't have nobody else, and I come running back to him. She already know what he's trying to do. She said it. You
Yeah.
know, and he
Yeah.
disrespects himself. I'm sorry, he disrespects himself because they
He does.
drag him on a regular.
Well, he disrespects himself because he doesn't know how to stand on his own 2 feet. It
Exactly.
shows he
Amen.
never has.
That's true.
So now that he has to, because I still go back to those kids, that's going to be his medicine more than anybody else. Because
Hmm.
when they start asking him, well, Daddy,
What
oh,
happened?
what happened to our book? I
Yeah.
thought you was gonna do this with our book. Cause see, I got a 11-year-old child, and when you do something and you say something, you better back it up, or you better have a good reason why you didn't do it. Cause
Mm,
they're gonna ask you.
Or 10 years
Those
from
kids
now,
are gonna come on him and ask
yeah.
him questions. Well,
And-
what about this? Remember when him and Tank was at the baseball game or whatever, and he talked about Wanda being fired, and he said that's good. I said, oh. And he said, son, stay out of grown people business. And
mm-hmm.
whatever he said to him. That lets you know these kids is up on it.
They
They
smart.
up on it.
They
He
smart.
is not ready for, because right now he has a hold on them. You know, when they get in those teenage years and they
Oh,
grown and
he
they
ain't
think they
seen
know more
nothing
than
yet.
you, he is not ready for that.
Yeah, or
Look.
in 10 years, Tank be like, you're not gonna treat my mother any kind of way. You're not gonna be
Oh,
disrespecting my
yeah.
mother.
When he done got bigger than him and
Yep.
he got muscles just like
Yep.
him,
Yep. He gonna be like, you're
what?
not gonna be disrespecting my mother. So back
Honestly,
off.
I think it's gonna come sooner than that. I think it's gonna be Mariah. I think there's gonna come a time where
I
Mariah is going to say, "I don't want to go to Daddy's house."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, those kids are
You
gonna
can.
come of age where they can drive. They go through driver's ed and get their
Mm-hmm.
license. So they have
Mm-hmm.
the choice to drive to dad's. See, Martell is so controlling, and he think that those kids are like little soldiers and
Hmm.
yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and all of that. Now that's a respect thing. That's gonna stay with them. But as far as them making their own decisions, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't realize how close he is to that. And
Mm-hmm.
once they find out, yeah, you didn't pop the baby in our lap. But once they really find out how this happened, why this
Mm-hmm.
happened, he don't know what's gonna hit him. And
Right.
it's gonna hit him.
He
once
was already
Mariah get a
crying because Mel told Mariah the truth, which she should have.
Yeah.
We're living in a day and age where social media kids walk around with cell phones at like 6 years old.
Exactly.
They're on YouTube, they're on TikTok, they're on
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat, and all you got to do is
Yeah.
type in hope, and a lot of stuff is gonna come up.
Yep.
But you know what? Mariah already know because she's
Yep.
been living in that house and she's the oldest. And one thing about the oldest girl, because I am one, you pay attention to everything and you
Oh,
always listening because you want to protect your siblings. And one thing I always keep
America.
in my mind is that day they were at the comeback group and Martell and Mel got in a little argument and he left with the kids
Yeah, I remember
angry
that.
and he
Mm-hmm.
had to bring her back
Bring her
because
back.
he could
Yep.
not stop
Yes.
her from crying.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
right there was the beginning of
Mm-hmm.
her, the way she feel about her daddy. He
Mm-hmm.
don't even get it. He does
You
not
Mm-hmm.
get it.
have
And
you
when you
guys
seen them at
noticed?
Target, remember when they were at Target and he told the little boy not to do something, she was gonna hug him and he didn't want to or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, "That's okay."
Mm-hmm.
Because it is okay. She gets it. Believe that. She
And boss
gets it.
baby and boss baby gonna hit him back. So he know he ain't gonna be hitting on her. Like he do his
Mm-hmm.
mother. He ain't gonna be hitting on boss baby. She ain't having it.
Oh, he's in for a big surprise with those kids. And like I said, they are going to love their dad. They're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to.
Of
But they're
course.
gonna have some questions for him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be their mama have prepared them with counseling. They're
Mm-hmm.
bright kids, they know what's up. So he's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be able to throw them the BS like he did with Coleslaw and all of that.
Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna have
she's
to
back.
tell those kids the truth.
Oh yeah,
And the
she's back.
last thing,
Oh yeah, I saw
one
her
last scene, and I'm
live.
gonna drop down. One last scene. when
Mm-hmm.
Mel and Martell took them to the park and they was sitting on that blanket. And
Oh,
they
that
were
Yeah, I remember.
talking.
Yeah, I
I'm
remember that.
telling you, those kids are up on it.
They
yeah,
smart.
They are
They
very
smart.
much up on it.
They
yeah.
smart.
He's not ready. He is
No.
not ready.
But that broke my heart because that's when Tank was saying, "Well, I was hoping that you guys could get
Yes.
together and maybe start dating and go
Yeah.
out." And oh, it was so
I
heartbreaking.
wanted to cry
It
when I
it
seen that
seemed like
part.
Boss Baby knew all the dirt because when she said, "I seen you on the elevator," and
Ooh,
Yeah.
it was Tank who was like, "With who?"
ooh.
Cause
Mm-hmm.
he underestimated that she was little. You know, it's men out there who take their little bitty kids with them because
Mm-hmm.
they think the little kids don't know what's going on and
Yeah.
won't tell it.
I
Then
Yeah.
think no, she said she was with Mel. I think from what I heard, they said she saw the picture when she
no,
was with her mom.
right,
Mm-hmm.
but what I'm saying is they think little kids don't know. You
Yeah.
see, they
They
don't.
know. They
They
know.
know. They
They
up
know.
on it.
They know.
Yeah. And just to think about that, back to that scene when Boss Baby said that about the elevator picture and all of that, she also said, "Well, I like that you guys aren't arguing anymore." Now
Mm-hmm.
again, this baby is just in first grade. That was
Mm-hmm.
what,
She's
two
smart as a
years
whip.
ago?
Them
Oh
kids are
my
smart.
goodness, so smart.
Oh, they smart.
When she called him ice cream boy, she was like
Oh my
four.
Ah.
goodness,
She was like four. And I was like, oh snap. Cause he
hilarious.
give
So
us
she
ice cream and
knows.
cookies. I said, so you bribe your kids. Oh, real.
Exactly. You know that's what he was doing. Because you
Hmm.
remember one time he said, "Oh no, they have water at my house."
Yeah,
They don't
right.
Oh,
have
please.
When we saw him shopping at Target, I said, so much for that water.
Oh yeah,
Thank
that
you.
nasty store, wasn't it? Now somebody said wasn't Martell a teacher? He was. Somebody said he was
I
a gym teacher.
look,
God.
Was he a gym
look,
teacher, guys?
Oh,
look.
goodness.
He
They
was.
said he was a special ed teacher.
Special ed
Well, I
teacher.
can believe that. Let me stop.
Yeah, he's special.
How they got the blind leading children who
Thank you.
actually need work,
Thank
like
you.
help? Like, come on.
And you
Yes.
never see him one time sit down and read to Knox. This baby would know how to do a lot more stuff if him and Coleslaw sat down and talked to him and read to him. You can read
Hmm.
a Sesame Street book. I know Martell can't read, but he can read a Sesame Street book now. Come
I
on,
don't know.
You would think.
I think that get put on Mariah to read and
man. Oh
Tank
Lord.
and Malia. Malia, you can read too. Read to your siblings.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
the parents though. They're the parents. That's not the kid's responsibility.
Yep.
That's their responsibility to do that. That's their
Yep. And I
responsibility.
remember Mel speaking on that.
Yep.
Like somebody mentioned, Mel says things in a roundabout way, but she was talking about how she had to tell Mariah, "You didn't have any kids. That's not your job."
That's not your job.
So to me,
Exactly.
she was letting it be known that when they over there, they daddy putting that baby on them.
Well,
Exactly. Exactly.
somebody, I don't know if it was one of Mel's cousins, kind of put it on blast on the Facebook group, but I think Mariah went home and complained to Mel about being forced to like change diapers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming Mel must have said something to Martell because I remember that conversation on her live when she said, she wanted Mariah to be a child. Mariah
Yep.
is not
She sure
nobody's mom. She
did.
didn't have no
Not nobody's
baby.
mom. Nope.
She
She
sure
is a
did.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when she did that live, and
I did too.
I said,
Yep.
Mel sending out a message. My
And then
baby
he
is
got
not
the
that
nerve.
baby's mother.
And then he got the nerve to say he want more kids. Well, Sheree ain't giving him no more. He can forget that.
Mm-mm. And speaking of Little Maverick, did you guys hear Coleslaw on her live yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah. She's
She
back.
said that the
Yeah.
baby had just got finished doing kindergarten homework. Now that boy just turned 2. Did you
Oh.
guys hear that?
She was teaching him to do kindergarten work.
She said that he had just got finished doing his kindergarten homework.
She a liar.
She's
She
so
How?
a
full
liar.
of it. Like
How?
She want to be Mel so bad.
And
thank
did you
you.
know
She
that they
can't
said
take.
that
She
they
can
was going to
taste it.
put Sugar Mama up a couple grades because she's so smart? So
Yeah.
now she's trying to act like that boy is in, and I'm
Thank
not
you.
talking about the kid, I'm talking
Thank
about
you.
her.
Thank
She's
you.
trying to act like that boy in kindergarten. That boy
Thank,
not in no
he ain't
doggone.
in no kindergarten. Oh
He's
my
2 years
God.
old and he just turned 2.
She want to be like Mel. Everything she does is she wants to be like Mel. She want to emulate Mel so badly. Like you're not Mel. You never will be Mel. Stop
Yeah,
it.
it's weird.
It's really weird.
I'm just waiting for her and the baby to be on live singing now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And she's so crazy. She
You
said
wrong, Stephanie.
yesterday, she said, Coleslaw said yesterday, well, 2023, I'm not having my baby on live. And then she was on live today with the
Thank
baby.
you, and I'll be doggone. She back
Today.
on live with him. She's so full of it. I tell you.
Next day. Well, it looks
Child.
like she's trying to venture out and make some type of hair oil.
Oh
I'm not
God.
sure if she's trying to be the next Stormy Steele.
Ain't gonna work.
And,
Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Sorry.
at all. But I see some of my goats in the chat. Hello, Maritha. Who else did I see pop in? I'm sorry, guys. It was Maritha and somebody else. I'll go back through the chat. But yeah, guys, what else did I have on my little list today? Did we really talk about the awards? Do you guys think that was because I did initially in the beginning after watching them for 2 minutes? Do you think that that was Maurice's attempts to try to get the YouTubers to clash?
Yeah, I believe so.
I do.
I
believe he was being sarcastic. I believe he was trying to be funny. He ain't funny. Yeah. So, like, who is he? Morris Chestnut? He's giving out awards now? Really? And where's the award? Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
please.
I think is that they see how masterly, did I say that right? How perfectly and strategic Melody is using social media with the bloggers and everything like that.
Yeah.
They and with this blackout and stuff, they can say it didn't work all they want to, but it worked, in my opinion. They're trying to flip the script, so to speak, and they're going to try to gather their own, group of people.
That's what they're
to
trying
come over to counteract, just in case the bloggers try to, just in case we go on another blackout. They're going to try to muster up enough people to counteract that. And then they brought Funky Dyneva on.
Didn't work.
He messed them up though. See, they picked him first. When he put his mouth, when he did what he did yesterday, he might as well go and sit down and take several seats.
Exactly.
Because he's going to make it worse for them, because the women are letting him know you put your mouth on the wrong person.
Yes.
You put your mouth on 2 women and you had no reason to do it to either one of them. You attacked somebody who did not even come for you.
At all.
And you attack them in the worst way by calling them out of their name, disrespecting them. And then you think you're going to get away with it. No. But they did all that. He trying to come to get Wanda back on the show, but he's really making it worse. And I hope
he sure is.
Yeah.
Because they dragged him. Them millimeters came after him. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people aren't done with him. It's unfortunate. And I would have thought that Funky Dyneva would have been smarter than that, because he should have been able to recognize game. And like you just said, Hannah, she's never done anything to him. Never said a bad thing about him. And the way that he came out using the B word and he don't F with her and all of that.
And she don't F with him.
Right. She don't F with him. But it was no reason for it.
Yeah.
Scott thought that Funky Dyneva is popular. Don't get me wrong. He's been around for quite some time.
Right.
And he knows that his subscribers outnumbers the majority. But we're on here more often. We talk more. So Mel fan base is bigger than even how many subscribers that he has.
Exactly. 500,000 and more.
It was an epic fail. It was disgusting.
Epic fail.
But listen to what he based his opinion on. He basically said that Mel was making it her life mission now.
Yeah.
To destroy Tisha's marriage. What the biggest lie he could have ever told.
Exactly.
Why would he even come up with some foolishness like that? Somebody gave him that speaking point, and he came out there without any evidence, any justification, or anything.
No,
just because he said it, somebody gonna believe it.
Yeah.
To me, I would have challenged him on that point, because let's say Mel is making it her life mission, wouldn't it be fair game for what Marceau did in her marriage?
But
For
Melody,
sure. If she
Melody,
was doing that, for
right?
sure.
She's not thinking about these people.
Yeah,
What is it?
I understand that. I don't think she's thinking about these people. She don't. To me, Mel does not bring up that marriage. Tisha
No,
keeps that narrative going because
Right.
that's the only thing Tisha got going
that
in
she
life
has.
is
Yep.
talking about Melody.
The one
Hmm.
thing that destroy marriages is when you go through your man's phone and find all kind of naked pictures in his phone. That kind of destroys a marriage sometimes. So she need to
Yeah.
stop with that because
Well, you
Well,
know what?
he's destroying the marriage.
I agree with Dustin Ross. He said that when he was on, I think it was part 2 with Carlos. He said that Mel and Martell know what's up when it comes to what happened with Marceau, but
Mm-hmm.
even they don't want to see Marceau and Tisha's marriage end. It is what it is. We went through what we went through. We know the effect that it's had on our kids and all of that. So I don't think it's a personal vendetta that Mel is on. And
Right.
that's where Funky Dyneva was wrong. First of all, you can't come out and talk about anything and you haven't even watched the show.
exactly.
And
You're
he can't
speaking
really
from what you saw 2 years ago, and that was like you just said, simply beautiful, fair game. Tisha talked about Mel and Martell. Mel, if she said whatever, it is what it is.
and fucking
That
Daniela.
girl ain't out here talking about them people every episode, all day, every day. She
And
hasn't said anything about it.
yeah,
She barely filmed with them.
Thank you.
and Junkie Dyneva, his hands are dirty, so I don't think he should really. He's not really in a position to really
Yeah.
say anything about anybody. But your hands are dirty as hell. So
Yep.
please, and
Yep.
all the stuff we've been hearing about him. So I listen. I don't know. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. I don't get it. Like I said, I still enjoy some of his content, but yeah, what he did yesterday was totally wrong. And he's the type that he won't apologize. What he did to the other young lady, I didn't watch the rest of his video
Oh, he
after
body
but
shamed.
I saw
Yeah, he
right.
body
He body
shamed
He
her.
shamed
body
her. I
shamed
saw
her.
that
Yeah,
on Instagram. He was
he,
wrong for doing that.
he's
He was wrong.
disrespectful. He's disrespectful to
Yes.
women. He's very
Yes.
disrespectful to women. I'm gonna be honest. He's disrespectful to women.
He is.
Hmm.
That's the bottom
Hmm.
line. Just like Maurice, you called out all the bloggers who are women. What happened to
Yeah.
there's some male bloggers too. Why you didn't call them out? You only
Yes.
called out the women because he's
Be-
misogynistic. That's what he is. I
because
don't care.
all the men on this show,
Yeah,
including Funky Dineva, only have words for women.
yeah.
They're not built to go up against a man.
Of course
That's
not.
so
That's what I was
true.
saying.
So true.
He's a punk.
I had took some screenshots of his comment section. I'm trying to find them in one of these phones here, but there's a lot of people that was calling Maurice out on Instagram under that video. And one of the girls that called him out, she said the same thing. You pick people basically who don't like male, but he mentioned something about litigation and
Oh, let him go
suing and
ahead.
all of that. And
Let him
it's
go
like,
ahead.
was that your goal? That's your goal to try to put fear in people? Because that didn't even happen with me. You didn't put fear in my heart.
He
People
ain't
have
put fear in nobody's heart.
Yeah, he's suing somebody
nobody.
with all the bad reviews he's getting from Credit One. He's
That
suing somebody. He better hope he don't get sued.
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Like
Hmm.
you out here promoting a business that's not even cleaning up people's credit.
No,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then
Wearing
you
those yes, pretty brown eyes. He's wearing those 750 and up shirts and all that other mess. And it's like that would have been nice to see on the show. If that's your business, why haven't we seen it? Why
that's
haven't we
because
seen people to give testimonies and say, yes, this happened. He helped me. None of that.
that's because he's the owner in name, but he put all the responsibility on his sister Millicent. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he did. Because in all of those reviews, who name kept coming up? Millie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they just so fake with everything, and it's like Mel said during last week's reunion, let us see your life. What about your own storyline? And that's what we want to see. I'm over it. Everything, every person is directed towards Mel. Every situation. And Marceau with his disrespectful, but enough is enough. So
Exactly.
yeah, I'm curious to see how it's gonna go next season. We have part 3 coming up Saturday. What do you guys think is gonna happen? It ended with what? Destiny and Kimmy. Is that how it ended?
Yeah, that's how it ended. Kimmy says she can come for me, but she ain't.
But she ain't, or she won't. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna turn out. Judging by Destiny going around saying that she's now working for the Scotts.
She
That
worked,
lets
I think,
you
with
know.
Tisha.
Scott Realty. Who owns Scott Realty? Is that?
Tisha.
Oh, that's Tisha. And did they open that up yet?
Child.
I'm serious because I remember just last week Tisha was filming some office space or whatever. So I don't even think that's up and running.
Uh,
Look into that.
you know, everybody now going to come out with their businesses, being that nobody wants to be a part of the drama anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they got their
Mm-hmm.
makeshift offices, like, oh, we doing big things.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Destiny was just working for another company, talking
Just
about she was partners, but now you working with the Scots?
exactly. What happened so quickly? And she got called out because remember, people were going to that website. She wasn't even on the website.
They took her off.
Yeah, they took her off. But you had your little baby up in there setting up desk and all of that for what?
I want to say it might have had some. I think she was working without her real estate license being renewed, and then I think there was a lot of complaints, and that girl probably said, "I don't want this type of drama in my business."
No, you probably what it is that Destiny probably entered that business with no with no
Yeah.
money. And people not if you say you want to be my partner, you better bring some money.
Yeah.
And Tisha may let her allegedly. You know, Destiny, she did the same thing with Melody. No one knew that she was about to get her lights and stuff turned off. Melody basically told it because this girl sat out there and said she wasn't no good friend, but she had to double back and let her know, look, this is what I did for you. She didn't have no money.
Yeah, she didn't. And you know what? The girl probably finally did her research. You know, a lot of people want that extra attention that someone being on a reality show can bring, but they definitely don't want negative if they're starting up a new business. That's like upscale. They wasn't expecting
The
what they
backlash.
got for putting Martell on that cover. And yeah, I would have dropped it too. But allegedly somebody did show that her license was expired or something at the time.
She renewed it the same day Mel announced she renewed her builder's license, and I wouldn't be like, one thing I've always heard is that Mel has a great reputation in Huntsville for a businesswoman. And if Mel is getting back into home building, who profits off homes being sold? Realtors. Would you want to be connected to somebody who she hates?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, it's a joy for me to watch as long as I see again that Mel is okay. As long as she waking up each day with a smile on her face and you can tell it's not phony. She's paying them dust. So you know, it's a joy for me to watch them continue to attempt and fail.
They always talking about the failed relationships that Mel had. But look at Martell. He was working with Fred. He was working with Melnica. Destiny has been working with all these other people. And then but Melody keep her collaborations with the people that she working with, but they try to make it look like she is the one that always lose friends. Yeah, she's losing.
You all.
No, she didn't lose nothing. What she say? They lost, basically. I don't know what her exact words is, but basically, when you realize someone is trying to use you and use your resources, that is the perfect time to drop them. And I don't know what they want from this woman.
Right. And I don't consider that a loss. You know, if I decided to let you go, that's not me losing.
Exactly.
So she
Like
lost
they'd be like,
all
oh,
of
she
them.
can't keep friends. She walked away. It wasn't like they walked away from her.
Yeah,
she walked away from them.
Look, with friends like that, who needs enemies?
Exactly.
So I don't blame Mel. Tisha, Kimmy hanging on by a string, Destiny, Martell, Marceau, all of them. Mel not sitting back saying, oh my God, I wish I was hanging out with them. And Mel most times is on a plane, going here, going there, enjoying her kids, acting, doing everything. She don't even have time for friendships, if you ask me.
When she was going to the post office, I was like, Mel, go live so we can see post office.
Oh, Mr. Postman, wasn't he cute? He was cute.
He was, and his voice was all deep. I was like, woo.
Did she show him today? Because I saw she had the G-Wagon all packed up with her merchandise, but I didn't.
No, I don't think she showed him today. I was like, I want to see Postal Boo.
Yeah, Postal Day. He was cute. He was cute.
I said the next time she gonna go live, I'm gonna be like, Mel, why are you keeping Postal Bay a secret?
Yeah, show him. Now I get you're not showing your man, but let us see Postal Bay. And Maritha, I see that you're in the chat talking about Destiny's interview with Anthony. I am on my way to watch that.
Oh, I heard her attitude was horrible.
You know, Simply Beautiful. I got in there about, I'll say 7 minutes before Anthony ended the live, and I couldn't take it. So I can't imagine the whole interview.
It's like nobody, you can clearly tell she truly doesn't have any friends. Your style of interviewing is off-putting. You have a serious attitude problem that needs to be adjusted if you want to stay in reality TV.
Yep. And that's what I put in Anthony comments. I put, she was dry on this interview just like she's dry on the show. I mean, the baby pulled a ponytail out, running the next room, and everybody said that she was just trying to deflect because she didn't want to answer anything. So she let the baby do this and do that. Yesterday when she was in the car with her friend, it's like, girl, you don't know the proper protocol to give an interview. You should be stationary. You should be at home. You should be at a quiet spot. So
was the interview in the car? That's the one where she said, well, she branded her divorce, and
she sure did. She sure did.
And your point is what?
She should have branded hers, and maybe she wouldn't be relaunching and reigniting whatever this candle line she got coming out. You know, she's like Martell. Destiny has tried this, tried that, and it's like nothing is sticking.
Yeah, when I heard that comment, I was like, wait, so you're mad because she branded her divorce? Look, if the fool had the decency to keep his penis in the household, we wouldn't have to deal with this.
Look, Mel forgave that man after the show started. So if Martell continued to do what he was doing, even while the cameras was rolling and all that, how is that Mel's fault? And like I told, like I put in that video earlier today, if you're on a reality show and you're one of a few that wants to be real, how was she wrong by telling what was going on in her life?
Exactly. She only feel that way because it's Martell. And Martell is slow. Martell, the dots simply are not connecting for him because people who he think is his friends are not his friends. He think he winning the game and he's actually a chess piece on the game. Like I don't. They laugh in his face and he sits there and he's laughing. They're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you.
So Simply Beautiful, you're saying that Destiny was on an interview, and I didn't see it, but she said that Melody branded her divorce.
Branded her divorce to get famous.
But wait a minute now. That's only a narrow-minded person. She knows that it was not Melody telling everything. Coleslaw was out there running her mouth. Martell was doing what he was doing. Melody just had to pick up the pieces and move on. She had to leave them in the dust. She's mad because this woman was able to capitalize on research. That basically what happened was she was saying that Martell, when she was with Martell, she could have been doing a whole lot more, but she was operating only at a certain percentage of what she could have been operating on. But once she left him, then she was operating over 100%. If you can possibly do that. Destiny is basically trying to make this what her accomplishments are, what she made, all these accomplishments that she's made, she's trying to basically minimize them. She's doing nothing but lying. She's narrow-minded. She wasn't just a divorce. It was all of the businesses that she has created didn't have anything to do with the divorce. Yes, God said go, and yes, her first song did, and maybe the second one. But other than that, she's been moving forward.
Yes, she has.
But it's her story as well. So whatever she chooses to do with it, that is her business.
Yes, it's her life. Like I remember Coleslaw saying, well, she made these songs. Mary J. Blige really built her career based
Amen.
off of
Amen.
pain and what she was going through. It's no different. You have a right to talk about it if you want to talk about it. You can write a book if you want to do that. It's your life and what you experience. So yeah, she didn't have to protect them and not talk about the sad chick in a song. No, I'm gonna talk about the sad chick. Come on.
Look, she didn't ask for that girl to be put in her life.
Period.
That girl is an unwanted guest in that woman's life.
Yes, like a leech that just stuck and just and she's so excited to say Holt. She said, well, my grandmother is the one that called him Holt. Girl, you just want to let it be known that he's a Holt. No one
she wants her baby attached to what she feels is the good in the Holt. But the problem is the person who brought the good to the Holt, because you can't make me believe that the Holt name was great after the ATM mess. No. She wants to be a Rogers. So the person who's responsible for bringing light to the Holt wants to be a Rogers now. So you calling your son Holt.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
All that foolishness that she doing, she will pay for this. What she did, what she tried to do to strategically destroy a marriage. What she did, she could forget all that mess. She can call him whatever she want to call him, and nobody has any problem with her son. The problem is with the evil spirit that she brought out into these people's lives. Nobody, and then she just kept on and on and on and on and on and on, and she's still at it. But she's gonna get, and like I say, Martell is gonna forever punish her.
He's gonna resent her for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the resentment is there.
Yeah,
and I believed her when she said, you treat my son differently than you treat the others. I believe her.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
And whose fault is that? First of all, you purposely had the baby because you wanted the baby to be like the other kids. That will never be. That would never be.
Yep.
But, I don't wish harm on any of them, but karma is not done with her. She's still braggadocious. She still don't see where she really did anything wrong. Martell didn't have a pow up to her head, and she could have kept her door closed and her legs closed. So she's going to always be partly to blame, period. He didn't force her to do anything. She willingly participated.
Yeah, and then the other part about that is now I think she's harassing Sheree. Anybody that it's just crazy. This Martell got something on his hand, but Melody told him, "Look, leave me out of your mess." But they both would not always come back to trying to harass Melody for some reason.
Yes.
That's because, in Marceau's words, she's winning. Mm-hmm. Coleslaw was made to believe a lie that Martell was the brains to the whole industry. And no, he wasn't. And when you are low and basically you are down and out when you say, I like my baby daddy when he was married.
Mm-hmm.
That girl, when that girl said on that live, I know where she lived. It's difficult getting to her house. Girl, are you riding by that woman's house?
Yeah, I know. I heard her say, I didn't hear her say that part, but I heard her say something about up the hill or whatever. And we all know Mel live.
Yeah, no, she said it's difficult getting to Mel's. She basically difficult getting to her house. She's up on the hill. And I said, are you riding by her home?
You know she was. That girl is a thorn. But again, Mel's over her too. I think Mel got all bases covered. I'm hoping she does as far as protection. Hey, if this girl step a foot at my house, she's just out of there.
That girl is scary. She leaves her junk talking to social media.
Yeah, she's all mouth.
But Martell is only using her to try to get Mel to reveal who her new man is. I think he using her for that. For some reason, he thinks that she's going to be able to pull it out. This is just what I'm thinking. Because what other reason will she keep on coming out, and then he just like he I'm not sure. It's real bizarre their behaviors to when they come out on social media. It's always seemed like a motive is attached to it.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they want to know who she messing with. Like, why don't you two go mess with each other?
Yeah, go
and leave her alone.
And not them is Martell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a shame that they want to know who she's messing with. It's none of your business. Why don't you two go do what you did while
We
being
all want to
married?
know something.
You want to know?
We all want to know.
But I think
I would love to know.
I think a lot of people are giving like their opinions. I've said it before. I think it's someone local, someone who is not in the entertainment business, and someone you're gonna least expect. That's the reason why she said you guys are never gonna know, because she knows y'all mind is going to look for the tycoons and the dentists and the docs. No, it's gonna be closer than you think.
But did y'all see that short where somebody said she was dating a Harvard professor?
No.
Oh wow.
They said that because of that sweatshirt she wore in Vegas.
Oh, you did see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't blame her for keeping them private. I think we're gonna see eventually, because Mel is the type, and I'm really just glad that she's back out there dating, and that is serious, because I didn't want her to be. It's not like she was scorned or anything like that, but sometimes you can experience hurt of that level, and just you don't want to date, you don't want nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I'm glad that she didn't sit in that, because she deserves it. She deserves a good man.
She does. She does.
And I can't wait for those kids to call somebody stepdaddy, because Mr. Martell gonna lose it.
He gonna have a fit. He is going to have a fit.
That's
not your stepdaddy.
No, that's all. This is all because of him. All because of what he did. So hey, he got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, that's when you gonna know when he butthurt about, if she ever reveals who it is. You're gonna know he butthurt, because he's gonna start taking those kids around Arion openly.
Well, you know what? There's nothing she can do about it, but just pray and make sure and just keep them covered, like Miss Van said.
All she got to do is tell them kids, if she say something out of the way to you, you call me and you tell me where you are, and I'm coming.
Yeah. And you know what, though? I think that with them still being in court for the kids, Mel has enough where she can demand that her kids are not allowed around her.
Somebody said she did.
That's what I heard before too. So I think that's in place. Where he can't take them. I mean, he shouldn't even want to do that. That girl has been basically like Wanda. She said a lot of shady stuff about those kids.
Yeah, she did. And he still laid down and had a baby with her. But that's Mr. I love my kids so much.
Oh my God. Martell loved Martell.
Yeah, and he will use them kids.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time. Martell don't care about nobody but Martell. Them kids are a pawn in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still cannot. I guess she has her reasons, but I'm not sure why she's actually saying she don't want the public to know who she's dating.
Because of Martell.
But he's moved on
to basically hack her phone. Yeah. She had to get her house swept. Like she probably got to check the kids' book bags and stuff. I would not want.
But somebody I'm sorry to interrupt you, Simply Beautiful, but someone said there's a feature on iPhone where you can go to your settings and you can add a number. Is it that simple? And then you can start getting their texts and emails.
Look, I don't know anything about that.
No, it's not that simple. I mean, there are apps that you can, install. And that was one of the first things I said when he bought them kids those phones. I said, Mel, you better check those phones and make sure there aren't any apps.
But yeah, I went to it. I went to my iPhone setting. They say on iPhone, and it's funny, he bought the iPhone. You can go to settings. I just did it. You can go to your name, and then you click on add a phone, and you can add the phone number and the email addresses. and it'll pop up. But I thought you had to have code of, your IDs and passwords and stuff like that in order to get that. I'm like you. I don't really think it's that easy. But
No.
I just try to do it. But you know how you can address.
I'm doing it while you're talking, Hannah. You
Mhm.
definitely can. Any additional number, I mean, naturally you can have a WhatsApp number, you can have a Google Talk number, you can do things like that where if you have a Google Voice number, people call that number, but the calls will come to your phone. Something like that. You can do all day long. But as far as an actual additional number, you can't do that.
But as we're talking about this, I do remember I had a work phone and I was able to do it. I took my work phone and I added my personal emails to that phone, and I was getting all those emails. That way I wouldn't have to have two phones. So
Right.
I think so that maybe that's what he was doing.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's a lot out here. I wouldn't say that it's extremely hard. It can be done, but I also think that Mel is smart enough, where she's on top of that too. And as far as her man, I mean, we just have to realize that even if it wasn't Martell, a lot of people, once they see a face, you can show a tattoo. I've seen that happen on Instagram. They can show somebody booed up and they didn't show the guy facing, but you can see his tattoo on his arm. The next day they got everything. Oh, that's so-and-so. He played for the Raiders and this. So I don't blame Mel in that aspect because not only is it Martell, but everybody else. And then when you find out who he is, you can find out, do he got baby mamas and was he married? Was he divorced? It's just a lot.
Yeah.
You're right.
We just want privacy. Yeah, I understand.
I don't blame her though. Like,
no, me either.
Let her stay on cloud 9 for now. At some point, she might have to reveal him because people might see them out and be like, "Is that Mel?"
Girl, I know
Take
if I
a
see him,
picture.
I'm snapping a picture.
Yeah.
I'm
But it's just unfortunate.
I did not post it, but I'm gonna snap a picture if I see it.
I know, but it's just unfortunate that she have to do that, but he can lollygag around with his baby mamas, girlfriends, and be photographed with them and have, his life where it's free. I mean, it's just,
But
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Just think about that. Is he really living life? Does Martell give you the impression that he's happy? He's in love? Martell is trying to find his way while still
This is true.
Just said on the reunion as she was walking out, Holt.
Holt.
Yeah,
so I don't take anything that he's doing as serious. And like Mel said, he was flying coleslaw when he was with her. You know what I mean?
Right. He was dating all the time, so he been doing what he want to do, and that's why I'm looking like, well, why, on her, and I understand why she's doing it, but if she did not want to conceal who the person is, that should be okay too.
Yeah,
and she shouldn't be afraid to do that. But I understand exactly why she's doing it. Well, not exactly why, but I understand why she's doing it.
And I don't think that she's going to be as careless as he was.
No,
we know what we know of Sheree just from being on the show, and I definitely don't think that she would try to harm his kids like Coleslaw would. But it was too soon for those kids to meet Sheree.
Yeah,
it was for that. And Mel is not going to do that. With who she's dating, she's not going to have those kids around. It's too soon.
And they need to stop thinking that she's such a level up from Mel, because she's not.
No,
she's not. Because Sheree is, to me, in my opinion, Sheree is a fraud, a complete fraud. What she did with this fashion line, fraud. Plain and simple. It's fraud, and she lies, and she's a bone collector.
Yeah.
But she's a beautiful woman now. Don't get me wrong. But she's a little empty-headed to be over 50 years old. She's empty-headed.
She
Seriously.
is. When they first got together or the news broke or when they were spotted, my initial thought was it was a storyline, and I was excited for it, honestly. Because Love and Marriage Huntsville could use some sprucing up, and Real Housewives of Atlanta as far as Sheree. But as far as her choices in men, I mean, she's coming off Tyrone that was in jail. Then Bob, the big goofy that she had to, well, she was married to.
Then the
So,
doctor.
I don't look at Sheree's choices in men like I can see why
Yeah,
she quit Martell. I
yeah, and
can.
it seems like if a good man come her way, she's gonna run. She
Yeah.
don't want to. She like that bad boy kind of like image
Mm-hmm.
with men.
Mm-hmm.
Men that mess over women, men that's in that, that's felons, and just I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I see it as a storyline. Like I said, I think they probably doing the do. And
Yeah, they doing it.
Martell would love to marry Sheree only because of what she got.
Yeah.
She's able for him to keep up that image. That's all he looking at. So he don't care that he's older. We know that's something Coleslaw said from day one. He don't want nobody that's older. Look, that man see what we see. She living in a nice house. She got this little status in Atlanta. We can get in here. We can go there. That's all Martell is thinking about.
Yeah, he ain't thinking about all the years. Yeah, he
Hmm?
ain't thinking about all the years it took for her to build the chateau,
Exactly.
and the chateau not even in her name. So I
Yeah.
mean, to
Chateau
me, it's all
Thelma.
plastic. Yeah, he just Chateau Thelma.
But I do not see how she could trust Martell, period. Because the man is nothing but a user. I don't see how Sheree could even take this man serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she keeps saying, well, you guys don't see. He's totally different.
Of
Look,
course, she sounds like Coleslaw. That's some Coleslaw said the same thing.
Right. Well, we can't change what he did to his wife. We do know that. And we can't change for him begging, still trying to keep his marriage. So what we saw is what we know to be true. That's character. You can't change your character just like that overnight. That takes work. Well, Martell has bounced from here to there in 2-3 years since him and Mel have been divorced with the alleged Washington stripper and Coleslaw and everybody else. So that man,
And did she ever stop to think she has a daughter a few years younger than Martell is?
Younger than him. Yeah.
A few years younger. And two, will he be there when she turns 65? When gravity starts taking its toll, will he still be there? Because Martell got a thing for younger women. So what's gonna happen when she turns 65, 70? Is he gonna be there?
Right. But you know what, Cheryl, even with you saying that, Coleslaw's young-minded, but it's not like she was that much. She's only 4 years younger than Mel.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say there's a thing for younger women. She embedded that in her brain that she was so much younger. You're only 4 years younger than Mel. That's not 10 years, 15 years.
Just that when she met him, she was 24 years old when he met her?
Yeah, she's 10. I think she said she's 10 years younger than Martell.
Right.
But as far as her and Mel, they're right there neck and neck.
Right. Just that when he first went after her, she was really young, 24 years old. She ain't young now.
Right.
But she was 24, so he just gives me the impression he has a thing for younger women because he can mold them and control them. And that's why he got her that way. I don't know.
I don't think it was the age that kept him and Coleslaw together. Just because she's 4 or 5 years younger than he is, or 8 or 9 or whatever she say he's younger than she is. It's just their behaviors are so much alike. They are so low down.
Right. I just feel like
low vibration.
Younger women, he can mold them. He can control much younger women. He can mold and control much younger women, and he can mold them to what he wants them to be.
Yeah.
Because they're naive.
Yeah.
But she's not young no more. She's definitely not young no more. So she need to stop that. She's young. She ain't young no more.
Now she ain't saying nothing else about no age since Sheree. She's scared to say something about age now.
I know.
Sheree said she cold but old. Cold but cold.
Right.
She ain't shut her down.
Yes,
who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo?
Facts. And I'm sorry, you can just look at Sheree. We know it took her a while to get the house completed and all that, but that's a bad house. And Martell is in a whole different setting. So what can Coleslaw say? What do you have to offer? The only thing you had to offer when he was married was in between your legs. That's it.
Nothing.
That's it. So
I just feel like I just feel like Sheree, she complained about how her husband treated her. You're
Yeah.
with a man that treated his wife the same way. So
Yeah.
how can you even get involved with somebody like Martell?
That's
Somebody he's only using her to get over Melody, and
yeah.
he still ain't over her.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
I just don't get
It's
it.
So
not
you don't
authentic.
think that he's? I'm sorry, y'all. I hear a lot of people say that they don't think that he's over Melody
No,
No, he's not.
absolutely
Martell.
not.
He's not. He's not.
Just because now
Never
I have to
will
just
be.
say this. The way he was treating this woman when he was with her, that means that he did not value her, he did not respect her, and I'm questioning his love for her. This man only wants to get back with Melody because he cannot get with her. As soon as he get back with her, he's going to do her the same way he been doing Coleslaw and Sheree and all the rest of the women. The man is low down. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Martell can
I'm
forget
trying
it.
to.
Martell can forget it. Melody is never going back to Martell
Oh yeah.
ever,
Oh yeah.
never.
Ever.
So he can forget that.
But I get what
But
you're
he
saying,
didn't know
Anna. Sometimes, though, and I agree with you.
Mhm.
Naturally, if you don't treat them right, if you wasn't doing what
Right.
you were doing when you had them, then how could you have loved them? But unfortunately, some men are able to love you and still not
Mhm.
be shit. And excuse my
Mhm.
French.
Exactly.
So I do think
Exactly.
that Martell loved Mel. I think that Martell still want Mel. I think
Yep.
Martell will be chasing what he had with Mel forever. Now, will
Mhm.
he
Yep.
eventually find somebody else and get married? Yes. But I even said this before in the video. He and Mel had all of their firsts together. First kids,
Mhm.
first home, first
Mhm.
business,
Mhm.
first marriage, first all of
Mhm.
that. He'll never
Mhm.
be able to recreate that. So yeah,
Nope.
he regrets it. And I can guarantee you this: if Mel was to ever, and she won't, say yes, let's give it another shot, that man will try to do everything in his power to make it right and try to do it right this time. Whether
Yep.
he's
Yep.
successful or not is a different thing. But I think if given an opportunity, he will
Mhm.
absolutely get back with Mel.
I
Mhm. He'll be
agree.
like, bye bye, Sheree. Bye bye, Sheree.
Oh
I've
yeah,
always said he misses the lifestyle in which she provided.
that too. That too, for
But
sure. For
yeah,
sure.
Mhm.
but let me ask you this: if he get back with her, I wonder how long it would take for him to run and do the exact same thing that he was
1
doing
minute.
before. Because remember,
Yeah.
him and Melody had just got back together, and he was still
Yeah.
out there running around with that woman.
Mhm.
It's
That's
Mhm.
true. The
Mhm.
difference is
unexplainable.
I don't think it'll last long, because again, something like that is in a person's character. You know what I mean? And he had ample opportunities to change, like you said. But the difference is Mel didn't leave all those times before. So
Yep.
he felt like, okay, I could just be on the straight and narrow and but 2, 3 months later, there he go, doing the same thing.
Doing the
So
same thing. Mhm.
right.
And
She
Melody,
never finalized it like she did this time and left them and divorced them and you know what I mean? But
mhm.
yeah,
Because
I
on
don't
one of her
think
lives, Melody said she will die. Somebody asked her, would she ever get back with Martell? And she said she would die alone
mhm.
before she
Yeah,
get back with Martell. And I
yeah.
believe her.
Yes, I
She have to
believe
get
it
back with
too.
him.
Could you imagine pulling yourself up out of that and
I
then you
know.
finally get this new life and this new freedom and you don't have
And
to
then go
worry about
back?
somebody putting your
Oh no.
body in jeopardy and
Oh
that's
no.
a whole different level of peace. So
Mm-hmm.
who will
She
go
ain't
back
never
there?
going back. Melody's never
Mm-mm.
going back to Martell. He can
No.
forget that. So he need to go marry Sheree
Yeah.
and move on with his life because she's never going back to him. She said
I
that already.
agree.
She's never going back to him. So
I
Right.
agree.
We agree on that. She just wants to co-parent in a
yeah,
loving
Yes,
environment with him, but it's
yes,
just like she said, he makes it very difficult to even
yes.
get
yep,
along with.
yep,
He's
yep.
a fool because that will benefit him. That will benefit the kids. That will benefit this show that they're on. Just imagine how many people would want to see them working together the right
Mm-hmm.
way for the kid. We're
Right,
not talking about you all getting back together, but just
right. Co-parenting. That's it.
exactly. It's obvious with the ratings from the Destin episode. It was the highest rated episode because people want to see them in that light. We can't go back and change the past. That's done. But Martell
Right.
is slow. He's slow,
And then he's
you
hacking
know?
her phone. He didn't have somebody hack it, and all his messages went to her. So It's no
Yeah.
changing him. Like, you're hacking the woman's phone. Now she got to be checking for devices in her house, making sure there's no, that he didn't,
Yeah.
hack. It's crazy.
And I'm
It's really
curious
crazy.
to find out about that too on Saturday.
Yeah.
The phone situation. Because the
Mhm.
way they tried to lay it out, they tried to act like Mel hacked into the phones.
Well, Melody went to the police. So if
Yeah,
she
I
did
saw
hack
that.
the phone,
Yep, I saw that screenshot that she put. So, that's
hmm,
another way. That's another thing that, that saying that she keep posting these demons and her blessings, because that's a
mhm,
blessing right there that was
mhm,
revealed to her.
mhm,
This is
Yep.
going on. That's a
mhm.
blessing. So it's like everything they try is a fail.
Now he hacking the
And she
woman's
said she,
phone. That's illegal.
yeah,
He's
Okay,
she
hacking
go
this
said she
woman's
was on the
phone.
phone with her prophetess.
go ahead, Simply Beautiful. What she say?
Oh, I guess when she was on the phone with her prophetess, and her prophetess, I guess they heard the beeping that somebody else it was an incoming call, and she kept telling Mel
Mhm.
to, basically go see who it is, go see, and Mel didn't want to do it because, she don't recognize the number. Who wants to keep answering these phone calls? But she said
Mm-hmm.
after 2 days, she called back one of the numbers, and the person who picked up told her what number they dialed, and she said,
And
"That's not my number."
right. It was
Hmm.
it was either Destiny or Martell's number though, right?
I
Mhm.
believe it
One
was
of their numbers.
Martell.
It was
Mm-hmm.
It was
Martell's
Martell.
number.
I believe that she probably confronted Martell about it and told him, and he acted surprised on that stage.
Well, Destiny didn't
But
act surprised, and that's what she didn't
no,
realize. She threw herself away how quick she answered. Oh, you mean when
yep,
you hacked Martell's phone? How would you know that? So,
Hmm.
yep.
she kind of bust herself out by doing
Because
that.
Basically,
I was
yeah,
like,
basically what
well,
she said was that she asked the person who they were trying to dial. So apparently she
Mhm.
recognized the number. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's God revealing a demon right there. But real
yep.
quickly, let me
Martell's
read
name and
two
Martell's
comments.
name and
Go
Martell's
ahead.
name just happened to come up. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they gave her the number,
Yep.
while I was dialing this number, she's gonna know instantly. Oh, that's Martell number.
Mhm.
How
Mhm.
is
Yep.
his
Yep.
phone coming into mine? And
He got
you can
busted.
pay people to do that. You can pay people. I had a crazy ex that oh my goodness. he we was about to break up. Let's just put it like that. So I was starting to date this other guy. He found out somehow where I was. He hired a private investigator, ran the guy's license plate, and 2 3 days later had everything, the man's name, social security number, everything. he
Wow.
also went to
Child.
he also went to a cell phone company of the company that I had my services with, and he paid, and I could have sued them. He paid one of the people some money to give him my records. So this is
What?
before, yeah, this was maybe
Wow.
15 years ago or so, probably a little longer. So this was before everything was computerized. Like you can log on to your own account now and you can see your call log and all of that.
Yep.
Then you got printed records in the mail. Well, he went up there and whoever he paid, they did it. Now, what if he was really crazy and used that information and harmed me? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went
That's
up there and I
dangerous.
went off, but they ended up letting the girl go because what they were able to do was they found out who logged into, I guess, the computer terminal at the time and who went into my account. So they fired her, but yeah, I could have been
Mhm.
gone over some mess
And
like that.
Yeah.
God, but let's thank
So
God.
yeah, thank
Everything.
goodness. But when
Thank
I tell
God.
you he was a narcissist, oh my goodness. So like I forgot who it was. I think it was Keontae that was saying earlier that it's not that just women relate to male because of maybe their man has cheated and all of that. Number one, we're women, and I think that we should stick together as women. You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? Black women are the most disrespected, the most unprotected, and
Mhm.
she's been through enough with what she went through
Mhm.
in her marriage. So is it going to hurt you to support this lady? I haven't seen Mel. If I did, like you said, I think it was you, Cheryl. If we saw
Yes.
that, then we're able to say, okay, well, now I see why Tisha is doing this, or what now I see why Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see that.
Right.
So, you know what
You
I'm
don't see,
saying?
mm,
Yeah.
and the jealousy and the hatred. You don't even have to
Mhm.
have a reason. If you're jealous of somebody, you don't need a reason. You're
You
just
don't.
jealous of the person. You're jealous.
Yep. Yep.
You're jealous of her success. You're
Mhm.
jealous that she's 10 steps ahead of them at all times. Because
At
Melody
all
is
times.
one smart woman.
She is. She
She's
is.
She is.
she's pretty. She's pretty. They can't stand the fact that she's pretty, and
Yeah.
she's very pretty. And this is what drives their jealousy. That's the
Mhm.
bottom line.
That's
And they don't
it.
need a reason. They don't need a reason
Yep.
to dislike
That's
her.
it,
It's
Cheryl.
jealousy.
You.
And you know the saying, thank God you don't look like what you've been through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
So
telling you.
you
I'm
don't
telling you.
look like what she been through. And I
No.
admire that for Mel. I really do. Naturally, as with anyone, she's still healing. She's
Right.
going to continue to heal. That's not something that you just get over with. And somebody put that in the comments earlier. That's not something that you're just gonna get over in a year or two. That's ongoing. That's a
Right.
deep, deep hurt. But she's
Right.
learned to what's the word that I'm looking for? Learn to, number one, just to go on. Number two, she's
Hmm.
in therapy, so she has the tools to help her with that healing. But yeah, she's human,
And
you
she's
know?
strong, but she's a strong woman
Yeah.
because some women they would crack like I mean they would just they
Yes.
probably would be in the basement somewhere with no lights. You
Exactly.
know,
And that's
she's
what they
very
want.
strong.
That's what they wanted. That's what I
Yeah.
never hear Coleslaw saying, well, who's sleeping on an air mattress? Well, you can't say that now, can you? First
You
of all,
sure can't.
she only slept on that air mattress because of Martell refusing to give
Mm-hmm.
her thing. That shows how low down he is that
Yeah, he's a
he
low
even
life.
have
He's low
his
life.
kids going that route. But look at her home now.
Look at her
Not an
now.
air mattress inside.
And here
You
he
know.
go wanting to get in the house. You ain't
Yeah.
getting in that house. You're not
Mm-mm.
getting in that house.
Mm-mm.
Go to Sheree house.
Mm-mm.
You're not getting in Melody house. You can
I
forget it.
agree. But it's a wonderful thing to witness. And I just think that she has favor over her. And I think
I'm
that
proud
she's
of
gonna
her. I'm
be
very proud of
okay.
her.
I think she's gonna be okay, even with these sneaky low down castmates of hers.
Yeah, she'll
She
be
gonna be
okay.
good. Yeah, she gonna be good, you
And she
know.
already let them know. I don't want to have nothing to do with these people. So
Yeah.
they know they're on notice.
Oh
She don't want
yeah.
to have nothing to do with you. Period.
And like she said, talk about so that's why they doing all of this. Talk
Of
about what's
course.
going on with you. But we're not checking for them. It's it's not many people. Now Funky Dyneva said that Tisha and Marceau, they do have a couple people on Facebook that support them, a couple people on YouTube. And even if they weren't as evil as they are, hey, if they said something that was worthy for me to say and it was something good, believe me, I would say it. But the way that they are operating and it's right in our face, I will never
Hmm.
get on here and pretend like that didn't happen. You
And
know.
I can't really expect anything from the Scots because they got a criminal history. So
Oh yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
can take the hood out the street, but you can't take them out the hood. So I mean they still got that hood
That's
mind.
true. I keep
So,
saying what happened to the Tisha that we saw season 1, season 2. The little shy Tisha and shirt buttoned up all the way under her chin, and what
that was
happened
the
to
front. So that was the front.
that's exactly what it was.
That's what I
But
think it
look,
was.
ladies, we have been up here, and first I do want to say, Cheryl Howard, thank you.
Thank
Simply
you.
Beautiful,
Thank you
thank
too.
you. Hannah Grace, I miss
Thank you.
you. I've been missing you, Hannah, so I'm so glad that you joined tonight. To all of the other content creators that was in the chat, I saw Aunt Ann. We had Tay. She came up. Anthony. It was a couple. If I missed you guys, I'm so sorry. Keontae, thank you for coming up. Anonymous, Pretty Brown Eyes for a quick second. Hopefully, when we come back, your sound issues will be okay. And to the best chat, the cutie crew, I thank you all. Tang, I've been asking you, I need a way to communicate with you because I do appreciate you modding for me. And, I want to send you a cash app or two or So let me know. Really, thank you so much for joining me. But yes, guys, it's 3 hours in,
All
and
right.
it's
Good
still
night.
early. Yeah, it's early on my end, so it's only.
Have a good night, guys.
All right,
Good
have a good
night. Good
night.
night, everybody. Good night,
Good night,
Hannah. Good night.
Good
everyone.
night, everyone. I enjoyed
Good
it.
night. Good
Enjoyed you
night. Me
too,
too. Me
Hannah.
too.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Bye.
Good
Oh,
night,
you too.
White, Linda Gamble. Linda, I'm going to try to mod you up before the next live if you're still in here. But yes, chat, thank you so much. Felicia, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you all for the super chats and cash apps. I will be doing a special post on my community wall for you guys. I really appreciate it. But get some rest, guys. I know we're going to have a lot to talk about throughout this weekend with part 3 of this reunion and everything else that's happening. So I will go look at Aunt Ann live. Okay, Keontae. I'm going to look at Anthony, look at Destiny too. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm still going to go look at Aunt Ann. But okay, good night, everyone. Gigi, Tang, Relly, Keontae, Yemi, Lies, More Lies, Tweety Bird, Monica McCoy, Darnett, Jolanda. Thank you, Jolanda, for stopping by. All right, guys, if you can hit the like button on your way out, I would appreciate it. To the 390 and going down that was watching, we were over 500 at one time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.